1, 2. Okay, guys, it's time to rock and roll once again. Tilray earnings this morning, and we're going to go over to the main show. As you can see, we're about to start the main show. So let's get ready to rock and roll. There's a good crowd waiting. So here we go. It's showtime. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Wonderful to see you again. Get ready for the Tilray brand's earnings coming up imminently in just a few minutes' time. So let's prepare for that. As we can see, it's down. As I predicted, I was asked yesterday, would it be up today? What would we get from the earnings? And I said I anticipate it going down because we've had a nice run on that news. However, there's no extra money coming in for Tilray brands right now. There can't be, can there? So anyway, let's see. We've got just 20 minutes to go before the earnings begins. We've got the official earnings. We're going to be listening in. I'll just check the audio right now. There it is. I've got the audio. I can hear it. And we've got just over 15 minutes to go. So Tilray brands this morning, that's the earnings we are covering. I can tell you now, we don't have any information yet on the earnings. It is available. There are ways to get it, but we're waiting for the call. Let me present to you the chart. There you go. You can see we're down 13.9%. That's about what I expected. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes under $2. I don't see where the opportunity is going to come from today. Anyway, there's the chart. You can see big red candles there on the way down. But we'll see what happens. It's all about the guidance. It's not really about the numbers today. It's about the guidance, where we go from here. But it's all about, of course, this year, the legislation getting passed through Congress, safe banking, and, of course, rescheduling. That's what it's all about. Now, you may notice today you've got 1 hour and 1 day and 1 hour and 20 minutes and 20 seconds to go to make sure that you are a member of this main channel. This is the extra channel. This is over here in the extra channel. As you can see, the extra on the other channel, there is going to be a special once in a lifetime moment. Can never happen again. Happening in 1 day, 1 hour, 19 minutes and 56 seconds. Can't be stopped, can't be reversed, can never happen again. Basically, what we're going to do is any members of this channel is going to receive a special video throughout today, inviting you to become one of the Lucasades, founder members of the channel. This is the extra channel. It's a brand new channel, completely separate. But the point is, it's a one-off moment because it can only happen once. And when it happens, you can be a founder member. Why would you want to do that? Well, going forward into the future, when our channel continues to grow and we get to 10 million subscribers, which I believe we will in 7 years, which will make us the biggest financial channel on earth, and I believe we are heading there. Our trajectory is doubling every month, has been now for months. So I'm very excited about that. And you'll all be recognized as founder members. Of course, you can join next week, next month, next year, whenever you like, just like the main channel. However, there's only one moment in time when you can join on day one together at the same moment. So everybody will have the same badge. There is a 1 month, a 2 months, 6 month, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and then the 4-year trophy. You can only be together once. After that, you won't. That way I can identify the founder members, the people that built the channel, were there at the beginning. It's our extra channel. It'll go live tomorrow morning on the opening bell. And it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. And years from now, when the channel is millions of subscribers, it will be really great to see who was there from the beginning. And there is a very, very cheap entry price as well, cheaper than this channel, as promised. Just 99 cents. It's not about me making money. It's about me thanking you for your support. That's the lowest I can possibly charge, 99 cents. Right, there you go. Now then, Tilray Brands. Let me just check around the studio a minute, make sure everything's good. Yeah, everything's looking fine this morning. Okay, we've got just 15 minutes to go now. Typically, the earnings goes 1 or 2 minutes late, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Let's see how many people are with us this morning. It's a good crowd. Now then, if you want the word to get out about Tilray this morning, if you want to get the word out, what I'm asking you to do right now is under the video, there is a like and share button. If you click the share button, put it on your social media, you can Facebook it, LinkedIn, Reddit. You can copy this link here, text it to people. Let everybody know we are here because we want to see good things for Tilray. If you are a member of the channel and you want me to cover the other earnings, SNDL, Aurora, whatever it might be, I can do that. If you're a member and you super chat me, I will come on early in the morning like this and I will do an earnings for you. All right, okay. Let's see how many likes we've got so far. Once we get over 100, YouTube will start to suggest the video out to people. All right, so let's get the funky music going. Let's see if we can get 100 likes. We've got 63 watching at the moment. There you go. 63 watching, 9 likes. Let's refresh it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've now got... Is that still 9? Oh, no, that's the... Is that still... Yes. Oh, no, there you go. I was looking at the screen, flipping out. I'm thinking that's not very good. 18. Okay, fantastic. Well, the most we're going to get, because half of people aren't signed in to Google, just the way it is, 62. I reckon 20 to 25 is about the best we're going to get for now. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We've now got, scrolling. There you go, 22. I'm going to leave it there for the minute. Very, very good indeed. Thank you ever so much indeed for doing that. All right. Okay, let's read your comments this morning. Let's read your comments. Good morning, Stephen Lewandowski. Maybe Germany changed their mind. That's good. I like that. Stacey Bailey. Good morning, Stacey. How are you? Henrik. Hello, Buy the Dip, Jackson Tan, bought MOBX and Semiconductor Company that supplies GE, and Gulfstream Jet with semiconductors. Very nice indeed. Kevin B, thank you so much indeed. There'll be a follow-up to your video today and your video premieres as well. I did 2 reviews last night. That was, what was it? ATI and SMX. There'll be a follow-up to SMX. And you can see above my head as well, there's the extra channel. That's the moment the memberships go live for the first and only time. So it's a special moment. You need to be a member of this channel to be notified of the invitation, okay? Everybody else will come afterwards, but there you go. All right, now then. Thank you, says Lazar. Good morning to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Right, now then, we're also this morning on Rumble. We've got a lot of people on Rumble also interested in Tilray Brands. So we're running on Rumble this morning. So I want to welcome all of my Rumblers. How are you this morning? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Are you well? So what we're going to do now, I think we'll make a prediction. Shall we make a prediction? We're not going to make a prediction on whether they beat or miss or beat. A bit late for that now. What we'll do is, will the stock go up on earnings? Okay, will the stock go up on earnings? So we're going to run a poll, and I'm just bringing it up now. Okay, there we go. Let me do a poll. I'll use, I won't use that one. I'll use my... Oops, a daisy. X is easier. Right, okay, here we go. Right, let's do a quick poll. And you can all see what I'm doing. We can all take part in this. Okay, here we go. Tilray earnings call. Live now on YouTube. There you go. You see all that. And Tilray. Let me just respace that a little bit. There you go. Let me take that out there. Put in a fresh link. And we'll run a poll. How long have we got? We've got 10 minutes. We've got 10 minutes before the earnings. So we're going to do a poll right now. There you go. Okay. Will the stock rise today? Okay, that's the question. Will the stock rise today? Will we be up today after the earnings? And please vote in poll. What do you think? Please vote in X poll. There you go. And we'll give you the options. And we'll go yes. Whoops, a daisy. Yes. No. Or undecided. You're not sure which way to go. Will it rise today? There you go. All right. I think that'll do. Right. There you go. There you go. Now then, I'm going to give everybody the link now so we can vote on this throughout the earnings. Do you think it will rise today? Will the stock rise today? This is my X account where I post my trades and what I'm doing and news ahead of time so everybody knows. So here we go. Here's the X poll in the chat coming now. Here we go. There you go. Everyone has got it. I'm also going to jump into Rumble. Hi guys, how you doing? There is my hi alls. There is my poll. I'll also give it to our audiences on our other platform like Facebook and Twitch. What's going on here? That's better. I was thinking what was going on there for a minute. Let me drop that in there. Okay. Everyone's got the links now. Let's see how the poll's going straight away. There you go. Oh, I thought there was votes there for a minute. It looked like there were votes. Here we go. People are reposting it. Let's see what happens. Good morning from Brazil. Hey, Brazil. We don't have a member from Brazil. We have members in 58 countries. 58 countries. These are all the flags of the countries. If you become a member of our channel, you will fly the flag for Brazil. We don't have a member from Brazil. That would be fantastic. You'll fly the flag for Brazil. We have Chile, USA, England, Australia, Turkey, Italy, Ireland, Portugal, Uruguay, Canada, Uganda, Lebanon, Norway, South Africa, Argentina, Germany, Dominican Republic, Mexico, Denmark, Mauritius, Czech Republic, Lithuania, Romania, Morocco, Costa Rica, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Croatia, Israel, Netherlands, Rwanda, Palestine, Iran, Jamaica, Taiwan, South Korea, Ecuador, France, Russia, New Zealand, Georgia, Iceland, Hungary, India, Switzerland, Poland, Belgium, United Arab Emirates, Oman, Singapore, Scotland, Wales, Cuba, Brazil. Oh, we do have a Brazil. Afghanistan, Libya, and Sweden. We do have a Brazil member already. Okay, we do. Sorry about that. Just to make sure, we didn't want you to have to do it if that was the reason only. But you're still welcome to become a member. Right, 7 minutes to go. It's getting hot in the studio, so I'm going to take my jacket off a little bit. It's a bit warm. All right. Okay. 7 minutes to go. 6 minutes to go now. Oh, where was it? Back behind the bedpost. It must have fell off then. Whew. Give it to me here. Fantastic. Let me tell you what happened this morning, folks. You won't believe it. Oh, flipping heck. Look. I thought I'd lost my wedding ring. I was in trouble this morning. Look. Actually, I wasn't in trouble. Lee was very understanding. Look, my wedding ring. Look at that. Can't really see it. There you go. There you go. Look, my wedding ring. I thought I'd lost it. I was quite stressed out this morning. I thought, oh my God. It was good. But don't worry, though. I haven't been out the house, so Leah wasn't worried. It happened in the house. But anyway, I'm glad I found it. Blimey, that was stressful. Oh, didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. Anyway, but I told Leah straight away. I wasn't hiding it. I told her straight away. I said, Leah, I can't find my wedding ring. Anyway, we're all good. The day can carry on. The day can carry on now. That's made me feel a lot better. I got to be honest. Didn't want to lose that. Anyway, so here we go. Tilray Brands. We've got 5 minutes to go. The stock is down. We are running a poll at the moment. We want to see you vote on the poll. Here is the poll. Tilray Brands, just a few moments away now. 25 votes. Very, very popular vote this. Will the stock rise today? Yes, 48%. Optimistic. I like it. Send it higher, boys. Let's see if we can get this to trend on Google. Yesterday, we ranked #1 on Google, the homepage for the DXYZ video, which was fantastic. Congratulations to Sensei for providing that great bit of journalism. That's what I'm going to say. Great bit of journalism. Was very proud of that. That was a really good moment for our channel. Very, very excited about that. We was. Oh, yes. Anyway, there you go. Right, we're just a few moments away now. Just 4 minutes, in fact, just under 4 minutes. If you've not yet voted on the X poll, let me give you the link for it. If you've just come on in, we're waiting for the earnings to begin. There is the X poll. Go and vote. Love to have your opinion. Leave me your thoughts as well. You might want to repost this, get the word out about the earnings today and what's going on. All right. So anyway, we're just moments away. Now, it's a big day today. In 1 day and 1 hour and 3 minutes and 18 seconds, we will have a once-in-a-lifetime moment. We are fully committed to growing this channel to the best, most live, most honest channel in the world. That is my aim. That is my goal. This is the extra channel. I built a studio, a TV studio, where you can join the family 12 hours a day, ask questions, share information, get support. This is it. This is behind the scenes, live right now, right? And tomorrow at the opening bell at 1 day, 1 hour, 2 minutes and 45 seconds, members only of this channel will receive a special invitation between now and then to become a founder member for the very first moment. It'll only happen once of the extra channel for just 99 cents. Yes, the lowest you can possibly charge, from 99 cents. And you can be a member, a Lucasade, there's a Lucasade, there's a special guest level, there's a Lucasade family member, and there's a Lucasade gold member. And you will receive perks and benefits. The channel will get more exclusive for members only. And the point is, it will go live once at that time. And if you become a member at that moment, then you'll all be together, and every month, because the badges upgrade, 1 month, 3 months, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, and then you go on for other benefits, and you will all be together. That way we know who our founder members are, and there'll be special perks for founder members, those that built the channel. And of course, you can join next month, next year, but you'll always be behind. You'll never be a founder member. So there you go. That goes live tomorrow. This is the extra channel. Let me give it to you. It's on the homepage of this channel. There you go. There's the extra channel in the chat. All right. So there you go. Special moment tomorrow happening. Right. We got 1 minute to go now before the Tilray Brands earnings. We're listening in. There's the music. They'll typically be 1 or 2 minutes late. That's the way it goes. There are no slides. It's just a visual. Nothing today on this earnings. Sometimes we get visual. Sometimes we don't. Today is just a visual. Sorry, it's just audio. I'm just listening in. Okay. So we've got 30 seconds to go. I expect it to go just a bit late. It normally does. Okay. We're just counting down now. Any second now. It's a big audience this morning. Hope everyone has tapped the like button. If you tap the like button, this will share it out to more people. And once we get over 100, YouTube will suggest it. And we are doing the official earnings. Robbie Cooper, I'll come back to you at the end of the earnings, okay? Robbie Cooper, thank you. I've got to give you all your benefits. Okay, we're playing the audio now. We're listening in. We're gone time. So typically it's going to be 1 or 2 minutes late. We're going to keep listening in. Robbie Cooper is a premium member of the Discord server.
The call will begin shortly. Once again, we thank you for dialing in. Please continue to hold. The conference will begin shortly.
Wow, that's the first time I've been mentioning this for ages. That's the first time a company has come live at the right time and apologized for being late, and we'll start in a minute. That's the best I've ever heard. No one has ever done that. I've reported on hundreds of earnings. That was the very first time that an earnings has come on at the precise time and said we'll be back in a minute. Normally they're just late and just turn up when they want. That's the best ever. Take my hats off to Tilray Brands. That's respect there to the investors. I've never heard that before. And I've covered hundreds of earnings. That's the first time they've acknowledged the investor and respected their time. I like that. Hats off to Tilray. Right, we're listening in. That's really good, isn't it? That's how it should be. That's what I do. If I'm going to be late, I say I'll be with you in a couple of minutes. I don't just turn up when I want. Try to be on time, but if you're going to be a minute or two late, tell people you are and update them constantly. It's not hard. $1 billion business should be quite easy, shouldn't it? Or thereabouts. Okay, we're listening in. Keeping the people excited for the sending, says Jan. We are running a poll today. We'll bring that up in a moment. Please vote on the poll.
Thank you for joining today's conference call to discuss Tilray Brands' financial results for the third quarter of fiscal year 2024, ended February 29, 2024. All lines have been placed on mute to prevent any background noise. After the speaker's remarks, there will be a question and answer session for analysts and investment firms conducted via audio. I will now turn the call over to Ms. Baron Narada, Tilray Brands' Chief Corporate Affairs and Communications Officer. Thank you. You may now begin.
Thank you, operator, and good morning, everyone. By now, you should have access to the earnings press release, which is available on the investors section of the Tilray Brands website at tilray.com and has been filed with the SEC and SEDAR. Please note that during today's call, we will be referring to various non-GAAP financial measures that can provide useful information for investors. However, the presentation of this information is not intended to be considered in isolation or as a substitute for the financial information presented in accordance with GAAP. The earnings press release contains a reconciliation of each non-GAAP financial measure to the most comparable measure prepared in accordance with GAAP. In addition, we will be making numerous forward-looking statements during our remarks and in response to your questions. These statements are based on our current expectations and beliefs and involve known and unknown risks and uncertainties, which may prove to be incorrect. Actual results could differ materially from those described in those forward-looking statements. The text in our earnings press release includes many of the risks and uncertainties associated with such forward-looking statements. Today, we will be hearing from key members of our senior leadership team, beginning with Irwin Simon, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer, who will provide opening remarks and commentary, followed by Carl Merton, Chief Financial Officer, who will review our quarterly financial results for the third quarter and update our financial guidance for the fiscal year 2024. Also joining us for the question and answer segment are Denise Faltischek, Chief Strategy Officer and Head of International, Blair McNeil, President of Tilray Canada, and Ty Gilmore, President of our U.S. beer business. And now I'd like to turn the call over to Tilray Brands Chairman and CEO, Irwin Simon.
Thank you, Baron. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. At Tilray Brands, we take great pride in our mission to be the most responsible, trusted, and market-leading cannabis and consumer products company across the globe. Today, with our complementary business units, we believe Tilray Brands is the best-positioned company in the world to take advantage of all the positive regulatory tailwinds happening globally with cannabis legalization and drug policy reform. In Canada, Tilray continues to lead the cannabis industry with the leading portfolio of adult use brands and the number one market share. In the event the current excise tax regime were to be replaced with a 10% ad valorem tax based on the value of the product sold and not a per gram tax, we expect an annual savings of $80 million. We also expect to benefit from additional cannabis-related regulatory reforms around marketing and THC potencies. I'll take a deeper dive in the Canadian market shortly. In Germany, Tilray has the leading cannabis market share by revenue for the trailing 12 months, and we believe we are best positioned to capture a large portion of the expected growth in the medical market with both our in-country cultivation facility in Germany and our state-of-the-art facility in Portugal. We also have the ability to ship products from Canada to Germany. In the U.S., Tilray has multiple options, and in particular is well-positioned to benefit from the federal legalization of medical cannabis as a result of rescheduling. Yes, we believe that the rescheduling of cannabis from Schedule I to Schedule III in the U.S. would provide a path for Tilray to sell pharmaceutical-grade medical cannabis in the U.S., subject to doctor prescriptions. This is a different strategy from what MSOs are doing today. We believe there's an opportunity to supply medical cannabis products from our existing operations into the U.S. for medical purposes. Further, in the event of a future federal adult use and medical cannabis legalization in the U.S., we believe Tilray is well positioned to immediately leverage its strong global leadership position, know-how, and strategic strengths across operations, distribution, and brands to sell THC-infused products across its robust distribution network and sales channels in the U.S. Today, Tilray is a clear outlier in the global cannabis industry because we're the only company with global expertise in both adult use and medical cannabis. Our innovation comes from GMP certified pharmaceutical grade medicines to all recreational cannabis formats, including THC infused beverages, which also parlays into our beverage strategy. We have rigorous cannabis quality control, regulatory affairs, branding, marketing, sales, and distribution. We also have the number one cannabis market share in Canada, the number one cannabis market share in Germany, as measured by revenue, and we distribute medical cannabis in over 20 countries around the world. Since 2019, we quickly developed a diversified and award-winning portfolio of brands, backed by a best-in-class operations in Canada, the U.S., Europe, Australia, and Latin America that supports our goals of becoming a multi-billion-dollar cannabis and consumer products company that addresses the needs of consumers and patients we serve today. As you know, the leadership team at Tilray has the expertise of buying CPG brands and building them into somewhat greater than they were before. Our creative portfolio of beverage brands includes craft beers, spirits, ready-to-drink cocktails, ciders, and non-alcoholic beverages. We are now the 5th largest craft brewer in the U.S., with a 4.5% share of the craft beer market. With over 500 beer distributors alone, Tilray is now dominating key regions across the U.S., with our craft beer brands in the Northeast, Pacific Northwest, Midwest, and Southeast, along with one of the most awarded bourbon brands with Breckenridge Distillery, which continues to gain market share across whiskey, vodka, and gin products. Our wellness brands include Manitoba Harvest, hemp-based food products, ingredients and snacks, as well as our Happy Flower, our CBD-infused beverages, and our recently relaunched Highball energy drinks, which in its first month on Amazon received over $1 million in orders. With the appropriate approvals, we're also looking to introduce hemp-based Delta-9 beverages and products with our Happy Flower brand and across other wellness brands in the U.S. And finally, we own and operate a European medical cannabis and pharmaceutical distribution business in Germany, CC Pharma, also known as Tilray Pharma, with a robust footprint reaching 13,000 pharmacies in Germany alone. With broader medical cannabis use, doctor prescriptions in Germany, we expect there to be tremendous demand for medical cannabis within pharmacies. I can't predict the future, but my belief is there will be a lot of cannabis regulatory changes we've seen with Germany, in Canada and the U.S., and Tilray is best equipped to reach these underlying opportunities, and we have the assets and the tools to reach our goal for Tilray brands to deliver industry-leading profitable growth and sustainable long-term shareholder value through a focus on these three fundamentals. Maximizing profitable revenue growth through organic growth and strategic acquisitions with strong synergy opportunities. Realizing the benefits of optimized asset utilization and cost management to ensure an efficient cost structure across all our business segments, and to strengthen our industry-leading balance sheet and cash position. During Q3, we achieved net revenue of $188 million, representing approximately 30% growth over the previous year. We grew our revenue across our core business segments. This was achieved by focusing on organic growth of legacy brands and enhancing the performance.
Please tap the like. This will share the video out to more people. Thank you. Let's get the word out.
Was $49.4 million.
It's good news.
Despite the impact of the newly acquired craft beverage brands, which have a lower margin, our net loss was $105 million, which only $4.5 million represented loss from operations, and cash used in operating activities was $15.6 million. Adjusted gross profit was $51.6 million. Adjusted EBITDA was $10.2 million. Adjusted net income of $900,000 and adjusted EPS of 0 cents. We delivered positive adjusted free cash flow for the quarter. Over the last 3 quarters, we significantly reduced our convertible debt by $205 million, decreasing our net debt to approximately $175 million, and will work to continue reducing our indebtedness, optimizing our capital structure, and enhancing our financial flexibility. The net reduction in our convertible debt will decrease our annual interest expense by $9.8 million, which flows directly to adjusted net loss and adjusted free cash flow. Let's now dive deeper into each of our business segments. We grew our global cannabis net revenue by 33% to $63.4 million in Q3 compared to the previous year quarter, driven by our acquisition of Hexo and Trust, as well as our international business and innovation in the Canadian markets. Net Canadian cannabis revenue grew 31% to $49.4 million in Q3 compared to the previous year. We achieved this growth with the HEXO acquisition, despite price compression totaling $3.1 million from the prior year quarter, and a crippling tax structure that has allowed taxes to spike while prices declined by more than 50%. Excise tax increased by $8.2 million and amounted to $21.8 million, or 32% of our gross Canadian cannabis revenue in Q3, compared to $13.6 million, or 26% in the same quarter last year. Recent enforcement efforts by Canada Revenue Agency garnishing LP payments from the provincial boards is already having an impact on our competitors, over 1,000 of whom have negligible market share. The continued enforcement by CRA, we believe, will lead to further and necessary industry consolidation, perhaps on a mass level. Canada continues to be the largest federally legal and commercial adult use cannabis market in the world, and Tilray Brands maintains that number one market share position in the country. We are number one in Ontario, number one in Quebec, number one in British Columbia, which together represents over 60% of the population of Canada. We're also number one in cannabis flower, oils, concentrates, and THC beverages, number two in pre-rolls, and number four in vapes, and in the top 10 in all other categories, all while operating under rigorous, high-quality control standards.
Please vote on X.
Our focus in Canada is on two things. First, growing sales primarily through continuous launches of new product innovation. And second, taking more and more costs out of our businesses. On the latter, a large part of our acquisition strategy for HEXO and Trust involves removing legacy costs and SKU rationalization from these businesses. For HEXO, we originally targeted $27 million, but then increased that to between $30 and $35 million, of which we've already achieved $27.5 million in savings on an annualized run rate basis, of which $15.6 million is realized cost savings during the period. Our HEXO integration plan includes streamlining our Canadian operations, improving utilization of our core facilities, improving margins, and maximizing cash opportunities by pursuing divestitures and consolidating facilities. We plan to close the Cayuga facility and move its cannabis cultivation to our existing Canadian production lines, sell our Maison facility in Quebec, which is currently cultivating cucumbers as a vegetable operator, and sell the Belleville facility and move our manufacturing to our London facility for our beverages. We expect this plan to result in one-time $70 to $85 million of Canadian cash flow inflow opportunity and accretive to margins and net income by $5 to $7 million on an annual basis. From a regulatory standpoint, the expert panel appointed by the federal government clearly highlights three areas of focus which Tilray would benefit from once implemented. First, excise tax reduction, which I've talked about, both in adult recreation and medical, would benefit Tilray $80 million. Secondly, there is a proposed opportunity for pharmacies to carry CBD and medical cannabis for medical patients, which would move plant-based medicines into the mainstream as an option for patients to treat ailments. And finally, enforcement against illicit websites, dispensaries that don't contribute to excise tax and put youth at risk through unregulated product channels available easily online with e-transfer and Canadian Post e-mail. We think Canada Post and the Canadian banking systems are responsible for shutting down access to these unlawful establishments. Turning to international cannabis, we grew net revenue organically by 44% year over year to $14 million, and we remain the number one market leader in medical cannabis across Europe, with a leading market share in Germany and Poland. Tilray's international growth has also been driven by increased sales in our existing markets such as Portugal, Italy, the UK, Australia, and New Zealand. The new German medical market opportunity is projected to be approximately $3 billion in the medium term, while the European opportunity could represent a potential $45 billion medical market alone in the long term. Our presence in Europe allows Tilray to grow our global brand portfolio to a base of over 700 million people in Europe, which is twice the population of the U.S. While much of the media attention related to the new cannabis reform in Germany has been centered around cultivation for personal use and the establishment of cannabis social clubs, the new opportunities for Tilray flow mostly from the removal of medical cannabis from the Narcotics Act. This descheduled change is expected to significantly expand the medical cannabis market in Germany, as it would allow for more doctors to prescribe medical cannabis more easily to patients and potentially allow for broader health insurance coverage. We will therefore be increasing our educational efforts to bring more and more health professionals on board with medical cannabis as therapeutic options. We estimate that less than 0.4% of the population in Germany are presently buying medical cannabis, compared with 4% in states like Pennsylvania. In Germany, we also stand to benefit from the abolishment of the tender process for in-country cultivation of medicinal cannabis, which is being replaced with a licensing scheme. We are currently one of the only 3 in-country cultivation facilities in Germany today, and these legislative changes would allow us to better meet patients' needs by expanding our medical cannabis product offerings. This would in turn significantly increase our cannabis production in Germany by 5 times more than double our revenue opportunities. Tilray opportunities in the U.S. cannabis remain strong. Over the past several years, our playbook of expanding our business beyond cannabis to adjacencies and complementary markets has positioned Tilray well for the current environment as well for future growth opportunities. While we currently do not engage in any U.S. cannabis operations because of federal regulations, we're well positioned to participate and win in a federally legalized market when that changes either rescheduling or medical cannabis or the passage of federal cannabis legalization. Given our deep knowledge, global expertise in medical and adult use cannabis, and the regulatory compliance apply. Tilray's playbook in the U.S. is to build and deliver iconic sought-after brands in the beverage alcohol and the CPG backed by product excellence and innovation. Educate consumers about our brands and our stringent quality standards to encourage trial and foster loyalty. And last but not least, to drive and scale and distribute to get our brands into consumer hands to grow our market share. Moving to our beverage segment, which is quickly approaching approximately $300 million annualized. As mentioned earlier, Tilray Brands is now the 5th largest craft brewer in the U.S. with a 4.5% craft beer market share, and we aspire to be a top 12 beverage company in the U.S. Q3 beverage alcohol net revenue was $54.7 million, representing 165% growth year over year. Tilray now holds a 4.5% of the craft beer market share in the U.S., and we're just getting started and ramping up. Of this, our legacy brands of Sweetwater, Montauk, Alpines, Nelson, and Green Flash demonstrates our ability to successfully grow existing brands, along with our recent acquisition of 12 craft brands from ABI InBev. We have gained in scale and see further expansion opportunities. Sweetwater remains the number 1 brand family in Georgia, multi-outlets. Montauk remains the number 1 brand family in Metro New York, having increased its distribution by 28% versus last year. Tilray is now the number 1 craft supplier year to date in the Pacific Northwest. 10 Barrel's volume growth increased by 413 basis points since Tilray took over the brand, and we're now capitalizing on the success of 10-barrel Pub Beer brand extensions by adding Pub Ice, Pub Cerveza line extensions, both innovations we're extremely excited to launch. Growing 24%, Pub Beer is now a top 20 brand on the West Coast with only half the distribution of top competitors due to its focus on the Pacific Northwest states. Still, our ambition is to be much higher as we're aiming and uniquely positioned to become a top 12 beverage alcohol business. This will be accomplished by leveraging our portfolio to win more occasions through core products such as craft beer and beyond, through innovation to categories like flavored malt beverages, ready-to-drink cocktails, and spirits. But ultimately, our plans go beyond alcohol, as we will be expanding into sparkling water, energy drinks, and other categories. This is important because we have the manufacturing facilities, the distribution, and the sales and marketing infrastructure to drive Tilray businesses. Working with BCG, we developed a clear and focused strategy to drive top-line and bottom-line growth for our beverage businesses. The three-pronged approach will deploy a regional strategy called Dual to stabilize scale brands such as Sweetwater, Montauk, Blue Point in their respective key adjacent regional markets across the U.S. and maximize their potential to gain market share from competitors. Dual is already paying off. According to BI sales to retail data, Tilray has increased its market share of total beer in 13 states, including key beer markets such as Oregon, Washington, Colorado, Idaho, Minnesota, and Arizona, when comparing share before and after the Kraft acquisition. In the Southeast alone, we've improved trends by 4.6% post-acquisition. For Q3, 10-barrel has seen a 12.3% increase in distribution. Amongst our top 10 distributors when compared to the same time last year, and when comparing 6 months pre-acquisition with the 5 months post-acquisition, overall trends have improved 3.5%. Overall trends for Blue Point have improved 1.3%, while its number one distributor has improved trends by 3.8%, and those are just a few examples. We are also executing a national brand strategy, beginning with revitalizing Shock Top to win as a national craft beer over time by targeting share and connect occasions to reach mainstream male and female drinkers. We think there is tremendous upside with Shock Top, as according to our qualitative research, Shock Top has the highest purchase intent among 12 of the largest beer brands. This is why we're focused on increasing distribution and getting this brand back into the hands of consumers. We are already on our way. In Q3, Shock Top's number one distributor has increased distribution 24% versus last year, while on-premise distribution has increased 0.5% over last year among Shock Top's top 10 distributors. We are aggressively launching new and often disruptive innovation across our beer and non-alcoholic crafts to increase portfolio brand appeal to new consumers and new occasions. Many of our newly acquired brands have not had innovation in the last couple of years. Among many others, recent examples include Liquid Love for heartfelt hydration, Runner's High, a non-alcoholic craft brew for athletes, Highball and Hardball, a non-carbonated 10% ABV product sold in 16.9-ounce plastic resealable containers, and non-carbonated Shock Top Lit Hard Tea. Let me say that we're working to get the cost structure right, transforming the productivity and profitability of the breweries we acquire. We expect that our beer gross margins will increase once we fully realize the cost savings achieved in connection with the fully integrated beverage alcohol platform as we move away from the existing co-packing manufacturing agreements with ABI and increase our productivity in our newly acquired breweries and 13 brew pubs. Finally, let's discuss our wellness segment, represented mostly by Manitoba Harvest, which is fostering a positive impact on people and the planet through hemp by making ongoing commitments to sustainability with breakthrough initiatives such as investment in regenerative agriculture. Revenue grew 12% in Q3 to $13.4 million compared to last year. We partnered with bioactives company Brightseed to revolutionize the functional fiber market and breakthrough product, Manitoba Harvest Bioactive Fiber, which is now exclusively available at Whole Foods markets nationwide. Incredibly, 95% of Americans do not consume the recommended daily intake of fiber. This product provides 6 grams of both soluble and insoluble fiber per serving and is the only fiber solution containing 2 powerful hemp-based bioactives for gut health. Moving forward, the team continues to assess the opportunity to bring hemp-derivative Delta-9 beverages to market under Happy Flower and Tilray brands. With that, I now turn the call over to Carl to discuss our financials in greater detail. Carl?
Thank you, Irwin.
Smash the like button. This will share it out to more people.
Results in accordance with U.S. GAAP and in U.S. dollars.
It's good news.
Throughout our discussion, we will be referring to both GAAP and non-GAAP adjusted results, and we encourage you to review the reconciliation contained within our press release of our reported results under GAAP to the corresponding non-GAAP measures. Let's now review our quarterly performance for the 3 months ended February 29th, 2024. Q3 total net revenue rose to $188.3 million compared to the prior year quarter of $145.6 million, representing almost 30% growth. Excluding acquisitions completed within the fiscal year and the $8.7 million HEXO advisory fee captured in the prior year quarter, our legacy businesses remained consistent despite a 13% revenue decline in our lowest margin segment. We continuously emphasize the strategic importance of our adjacency business model, which is a key differentiator for us. This is best reflected by the contribution of our 4 segments to our overall results, which shows that we are not too dependent on any individual segment having a disproportionate impact on our sales or profit growth. Each segment is also, in our view, on a path to sustainable long-term growth. Looking at each segment now, during Q3 and compared against the prior year period, net beverage alcohol rose 165% and represented 25% of our total revenue mix, more than double relative to last year's 14% of total mix. Net cannabis revenue rose 33% and represented 34% of total mix, up slightly from 33% last year. Distribution revenue decreased 13% and represented 30% of total mix, down from 45% last year. And wellness revenue rose 12% and represented about 7% of total mix, down only slightly from 8% last year, respectively. Diversification is also reflected in our geographic footprint. During Q3, more than 62% of our net revenue was generated in North America, roughly 36% was generated in EMEA, and the remaining 2% coming from other parts of the world. This compares to about half from North America and EMEA in Q3 last year, with the variance related to the North American acquisitions we completed since that time, namely HEXO, the craft acquisition brands, and the remainder of Trust Beverages. Let me first touch on the key current item related to cannabis before moving on to a discussion on profitability. We incurred $21.8 million in Canadian cannabis excise taxes during Q3, which are a reduction to revenue, compared to only $13.6 million last year. The increase in excise taxes is reflected by a sharp increase in cannabis revenue generated in Canada versus the year-ago period, due in part to the HEXO and Trust acquisitions and a change in our revenue mix to higher excise tax products. Through the first 3 quarters of our fiscal year, we've incurred more than $75 million in excise taxes versus $47 million for the year ago 9-month period. For many quarters, we have been on the record with respect to the inherent unfairness as to how the excise tax is predominantly computed, which is largely a fixed price on grams sold rather than as a percentage of the selling price. Because the selling price has declined meaningfully since the law was first enacted in 2018, it has made the excise tax a larger and larger component of net revenue over time, particularly as current growth categories like infused pre-rolls and concentrates become the biggest part of our sales mix. To prove this point further, excise tax amounted to 32% of gross Canadian cannabis revenue in Q3 compared to 26% in the same quarter last year. While through the first 3 quarters of the year, excise tax came to 34% of gross cannabis revenue versus 27% for the first 9 months of fiscal 2023. In our view, and in the view of so many others, this price-based tax structure is crippling as it has allowed taxes to spike as the price of cannabis has declined by more than 50% since legalization. In late February, the Canadian House of Commons Standing Committee on Finance issued a report outlining several recommendations regarding the regulated adult use cannabis industry, including the recommendation to adjust the tax structure. Recommendation 329 in particular calls on legislators to make adjustment to the excise duty formula for cannabis so that it is limited to a 10% ad valorem rate. If enacted, this would be a welcome change that could result in $80 million in annualized revenue for our cannabis business, which would largely fall to the bottom line. The key to the government's plan and needed relief for our industry is that the provinces not enact their own excise tax to reflect the loss in taxes they are reaping from the status quo, increase their profits at the boards, or mandate that the tax savings are passed on directly to the consumer in the form of lower pricing. The budget announcement is next week, and we'll be following developments closely, but are resolute in our view that reform is greatly needed and measures must be enacted to stabilize the Canadian cannabis industry. Turning back to our performance, gross profit was $49.4 million compared to a loss of $11.7 million in the prior year quarter, while gross margin increased to 26% from negative 8% in the prior year quarter. Adjusted gross margin decreased to 27% compared to 30% in the prior year quarter. I will discuss adjusted gross margin by individual segment in a moment. However, the majority of the decrease relates to the addition of the new craft brands, which are subject to a co-manufacturing agreement with ABI until at least the end of Q1 next year, and the prior year figure including the HEXO advisory fees. Net loss improved to $105 million compared to a net loss of $1.2 billion in the prior year quarter, which included $934 million of impairments. On a per share basis, this amounted to a net loss of 12 cents versus $1.90 in the prior year quarter. Recall that last quarter we introduced 2 new reporting metrics to our discussions: adjusted net income loss and adjusted earnings per share. The definitions of both are identified in the press release, along with the relevant reconciliations and calculations. For Q3, we are reporting an adjusted net income of $900,000, which when calculated on a per share basis results in EPS of 0 for the quarter. Adjusted EBITDA was $10.2 million, down from $13.3 million in the prior year quarter. This is mainly a consequence of the negative impact the cannabis gross margin related to wholesale revenue, the termination of the HEXO advisory services contract on our acquisition of HEXO in June, and the co-manufacturing agreements with the new craft brands, as I will explain shortly. During the quarter, we made great progress against the HEXO synergy plan, which we had previously increased to between $30 and $35 million. As of the end of Q3, we achieved $27.5 million in savings on an annualized run rate basis, of which 15.6 represented actual cost savings during the period. Operating cash flow was negative $15.4 million compared to negative $18.6 million in the prior year quarter, This improvement in cash used during Q3 this year was primarily related to achieved synergies of previously identified cost savings plans. Turning now to our four big business segments. Beverage alcohol revenue was $54.7 million, up 165% from $20.6 million in the prior year quarter. The positive delta was due to contributions from the craft brands, which were purchased last fall. However, we note that the impact of dry January was far more of a headwind than it was for the industry in previous years. Beverage alcohol gross profit increased to $18.9 million compared to $10 million, while beverage alcohol gross margin decreased to 34% from 48% in the prior year quarter. Adjusted gross margin fell to 38% from 53%. Both of these outcomes were a result of the craft brands, which currently have lower margins than our historical business. This is primarily due to the co-manufacturing agreements for brewing. For greater context, adjusted gross margin for our legacy beverage business was 59%, compared to the prior year quarter of 53%, primarily as a result of an agreement with a distributor related to our spirits business. Adjusted gross margin from the craft brands was 26%. The improvement of gross margins in the beverage alcohol business, primarily in the beer portion of the business, represents a major focus for the organization. Gross cannabis revenue of $85.2 million was comprised of $62.1 million in Canadian adult use revenue, $14 million in international cannabis revenue, $6.4 million in Canadian medical cannabis revenue, and $2.8 million in wholesale cannabis revenue. Net cannabis revenue, which excludes the aforementioned $21.8 million in excise taxes, was $63.4 million, representing a 33% increase from the year-ago period. The positive variance is related to the increased organic growth of over 14%, combined with contributions from the acquisitions of Hexo and Truss. Offsetting the increase in net cannabis revenue was the elimination of advisory services revenue totaling $8.7 million from the prior year quarter due to the Hexo acquisition, which terminated the previous strategic arrangement that was in place. While revenue from Canadian medical cannabis grew only slightly, as the category is being impacted by competition from the adult use market and its related price compression, revenue from Canadian adult use rose 37%, which was driven by new product innovation and increased revenue from Hexo and Truss. International cannabis grew 44%, largely because of growth in our existing markets and the expansion into emerging international medical markets. Wholesale cannabis revenue increased to $2.8 million from essentially zero last year, as these sales are opportunistic and variable. We entered into this wholesale agreement to optimize our inventory levels and prioritize the generation of positive operating cash flow. However, it unfavorably impacted our gross profit and EBITDA. Cannabis gross profit was $20.9 million, and cannabis gross margin was 33%, compared to negative $32.8 million and negative 69% in the prior year quarter. Excluding the impact of the non-cash fair value purchase price accounting step-up and inventory valuation adjustments, adjusted gross margin decreased to 33% from 47%. As I said earlier, a portion of the margin decrease is a result of the termination of the Hexo Advisory Services Agreement, which contributed zero gross profit in the current year compared to $8.7 million in the prior year, which, if excluded, would decrease adjusted gross margin to 35%, essentially meaning that our cannabis gross margin was largely flat year over year. Distribution revenue, derived predominantly through Tilray Pharma, decreased 13% to $56.8 million from $65.4 million in the prior year quarter. Revenue was negatively impacted by infrastructure outages and weather, which impacted revenue by just over $3 million, and short-term challenges related to new rebate regulations. Tilray Pharma gross profit decreased to $5.6 million compared to $7.5 million in the prior year period. Tilray Pharma gross margin decreased to 10% from 11% in the prior year quarter because of product mix. Wellness revenue grew to 12% at $13.4 million from $12 million in the prior year quarter. The The increase was driven by our strategic focus on targeted advertising campaigns aligned with emerging trends in healthier lifestyles, particularly around the new year, coupled with our continuous innovation efforts. Wellness gross profit was $4.1 million, up from $3.7 million in the prior year quarter, and gross margin held at 30% compared to 31% in the prior year period, as we experienced a change in sales mix towards more bulk retail sales. Our cash and marketable securities balance as of February 29th was $225.9 million, down from $408.3 million in the year-ago period. The majority of the variance was related to the payment on maturity of the Tilray 23s, our cash acquisition of the new craft brands, and settling assumed liabilities from HEXO, including unpaid excise tax, as well as legacy litigation settlements. Having now completed 3 quarters of our fiscal year, it is clear that our prior fiscal 2024 guidance of adjusted EBITDA between $68 and $78 million is no longer feasible. We have therefore lowered our adjusted EBITDA range to be between $60 and $63 million, which takes into consideration our performance through the 3 quarters, over $12 million year-to-date in price compression in the cannabis business, and continued expectations for the fourth quarter. Still, the fourth quarter represents a major increase from the current quarter, which is traditionally our lowest quarter due to the seasonality within our segment. The fourth quarter seasonality improvement is a function of our beer business leading up to the summer, a historically busy season. New innovation scheduled to be launched as part of the spring reset, new innovation in our cannabis business along with expected wholesale sales, and in our distribution business as pharmacies buy in bulk for their customers ahead of them going on summer vacation. Recall that we also projected positive adjusted free cash flow from operations for the entire fiscal year, excluding our integration costs for HEXO, Trust, the new craft brands, and the cash income taxes associated with Aphria Diamond. Due to the timing of collecting the cash on the various asset sales mentioned, we now do not expect to achieve this prior adjusted free cash flow guidance. While we were adjusted free cash flow positive in the current quarter, our current expectations are for a very strong fourth quarter of adjusted positive free cash flow. Of course, we will continue managing CapEx as part of our efforts to strengthen our industry-leading balance sheet. Let me now conclude our prepared remarks and open the lines for questions from our covering analysts. Operator, what's the first question?
Please tap the like button, share this out. I'm replying to everybody now on X, and also vote on X.
A confirmation tone
and on Friday on the music channel, we're having a celebratory party. This is a great earnings for Tilray. Presents opportunity to buy the dip. Join us. The links in the chat.
Our first question comes from the
live party on Friday. Thank you.
Please proceed with your question.
Hey, thank you. Good morning. Wanted to ask about the German changes. I mean, obviously, it's going to likely manifest in a big uptick in patients with doctors now having more freedom to prescribe cannabis. But kind of thinking through this competitively, how do you see this as your position unique in being able to attack this market? I know that, for the past 5 years, we've seen a lot of decks with Germany circled and capacity to hit that market. Is that capacity still out there? How expensive it is to maintain this? And can you give us a reminder of kind of the stringent quality standards you have to have in place to serve the German market? Thanks.
Andrew, thank you, and great question. Number one, listen, we see the opportunities in Germany in multiple ways. We have a facility in Germany today, and that Germany before only would serve as a tender to the German government. Now that tender process will go away, and we'll be able to sell product into the marketplace. So that's number one. Number two is before only a certain amount of doctors were able to prescribe cannabis. And it was a very small amount for specialty reasons. And now every doctor, because it's no longer a narcotic, will be able to prescribe cannabis. Number three, we also have a facility in Portugal, which will be able to supply Germany. Number 4 is we have something called Tilray Pharma, CC Pharma, which is a distribution company that distributes cannabis and other medicines to over 13,000 drugstores. We have a team based in Germany. We have a sales team based in Germany. We have R&D. We have quality assurance. So we've been there for 4 or 5 years. And we've had some tough 4 or 5 years because of what's happening. The other big thing here is, Europe is a big country. And, with
it's not a country.
No longer being
Europe is not a country.
Criminalized. We see lots of other places, countries opening up. I have Denise Faltacek here as head of Europe. Denise, is there anything I missed here or anything that, you should add?
Yeah, no, Erwin, you did not miss anything. Just to add a little bit more in terms of facts. So in terms of that abolishment of the tender that Erwin spoke about, and the fact that under the new regulations, we'll be able to apply for a license with our facility in Neumünster. So today, just to refresh, everyone's memory, we are subject to a tender contract. We are
Europe is a continent, not a country.
Grow every year, and that
he always calls it a country.
So with the abolishment of the tender, we now open up into a licensing process where we are now subject to just market conditions as it relates to patient demand.
He needs to get
that right.
We can
utilize that facility to meet that demand, which would allow us to increase our capacities. We have the ability to today grow up to about 5,000 to 6,000 kilograms without any additional capex. And we can basically then also have pricing that is subject
Europe
to
is not a country.
So that is an immediate benefit there.
It's a continent.
In terms of the ability to
like
prescribe,
Asia, Africa, America.
Our ability to be in front of doctors and working on symposiums and educational platforms. One of the things we've done on the prescription platform software, if a doctor wants to prescribe medical cannabis, they go to that page and there's a Tilray banner at the bottom which shows all of our portfolio of products, what the conditions are, how to prescribe. So we are out there also providing basically information for doctors who are willing to prescribe and want to prescribe.
I think the big thing is, Andrew, we do have a brand in Tilray brand, but, the whole thing of socialized medicine and prescription and paying for it, we see lots of changes happening. So, we have been working in the German market in regards to, products for pain, for anxiety, for sleep, for cancer, for epilepsy. So we've been all over that and take our expertise of what we do at medical cannabis, in Canada and translate it there. And secondly, like I said, there is a market out there that will be looking for medical cannabis, but ultimately using it for recreational cannabis. So from a standpoint, we really are excited about what's happening in Germany. It does not affect us in regards to the social measures that have come in place there. And, we have the team, we have the grow, we have the infrastructure, the research and development ready to go here, and it's, effective now.
Thanks. I'll pass it on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Nadine Sarwat with Bernstein. Please proceed with your question.
Hi, thank you. 2 for me, please. First, on the guidance, I appreciate the added color that you gave. Could you be a little bit more specific in perhaps what exactly has changed versus
Mark Korn has become a member. Could be worth a little punt.
Surprise to the downside, and how do you see that progressing over the quarters to come? And then my second question, I know you guys called out your number 1 position in Canadian cannabis. So looking at the market share numbers you guys quote in the press release, I think that's on the downward trend for the last couple of quarters. So could you break down what's driving that, and if you think you can regain that over the quarters to come, and if so, how do you anticipate doing that? Thank you.
So I'm going to start part of it. Number 1, not all quarters are equal. This third quarter being one of our lowest quarters in regards to bev alcohol and our cannabis business, our fourth quarters and our first quarter, second quarter. So that's, as you look at our quarters, and absolutely there's seasonality within all these businesses. Secondly, we did lose some share in Canada. Some of it was, again, coming back to price compression, and some of it was coming back to some of the prices in regards to our flour. The other thing what happened is we have a lot of innovation that was coming into the marketplace that we didn't get into the market, in our third quarter, which we expect, to get back in our fourth quarter. I think, what's important here, again, there's been lots of price compression in Canada. There, in regards to, we talked about our percentage in excise tax, and the market is changing dramatically there in regards to potencies and being, infused pre-rolls, et cetera. So some of it is just timing, and do I expect to get it back? Blair, you're on the line. Do you expect to get your share back?
Yeah, thanks, Irwin, and thanks, Nadine, for the call. Just to add a little bit more color to what Irwin was talking about, Q2 and Q3 were our most operational complex periods. So in addition to what Irwin talked about, what we also saw is when you are moving the location of SKUs and where they're going to be distributed from, and one of the things we've done is centralized all our packaging and logistics out of Leamington. That requires us to draw down inventories in each of the boards and then rebuild that inventory once we've changed the source location. So what you're seeing in some of the numbers is, in addition to the price compression Irwin talked about and the innovation side, is just a reflection of the operational complexity we implemented in Q2 and Q3. Once that is completed, and it was all completed inside of Q3, that will generate very strong operational efficiencies for us moving forward, as everything outside of beverages will be shipped out of one location.
Carl?
Yeah, so just I'll add a couple things to the explanation as well. In our beverage alcohol business, and I think in the entire industry, was hit a little bit harder than it has in the past in terms of dry January, and that took away a bit of a portion of our sales expectation for the year. The beverage alcohol business with the new acquisition of the new brands, those brands are at a lower gross margin than the rest of our businesses. We're working very hard to bring those pieces up, and we will get that up over time. As I said in the script, we expect to be able to bring those up much closer to the historical margins that we've achieved, but it's going to take a few quarters, and so it's coming. It's really a function of the co-manufacturing agreements that we have, and getting that production moved and into our facilities and organized in an effective manner while not causing.
Please comment on this post on X. Very, very important.
And in terms of
to gain respect around the world for Tilray brands,
we had some expectations on cash receipts on some of the bigger things, including some of the make whole provisions inside of the spirits business, which we now see coming in June or July as opposed to in May, and that's really what's led to that change.
I think the big thing here is just timing, and that's, I can't always predict things. And, with our beer businesses, the ABI businesses bought lower margins, but just from an integration standpoint, we had a transfer service agreement, with ABI. We're moving away from that at the end of May, moving it into our facilities. We expect to get our margins up into the high 30s, low 40s. Today, with our Sweetwater and our legacy businesses, we're running margins at that rate. So, with that, we look to those margins. In regards to, the Canadian cannabis business, as Blair said, integrating Hexo with SKU rationalization, with some of the strains and looking at some of the potencies and timing. And when you're dealing with agriculture products, not everything moves accordingly here. We've made some moves in regards to, our Cayuga, in regards to Maison, in regards to Belleville, and consolidating our businesses there, taking out costs. So again, as we look at guidance, yes, there's guidance out there, but a lot of it is just timing. And as we move forward, we have 4 quarters, not 6 quarters. If it was 6 quarters, it would be different.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you.
Please comment on this X
Our
post.
next question comes in line.
It's
Aaron
important
Grey
for the
with Alliance Global
respect
Partners.
of
Please
the
proceed with your
CEO.
question.
He needs to get this right. He's done it several times.
Hi, good morning, and thank you for the questions. This is Remington Smith on for Aaron Gray. My first question is, in terms of the CRA having the provinces garnish wages, have you started to see any changes in purchase
Kaiser
habits
Shu
from
has become a
provinces of the
member.
overall competitive environment yet? And then with kind of greater focus on those LPs paying their
I will give you
taxes.
your perks at the end of this presentation. Stick with me.
I don't think we've necessarily seen changes in purchasing patterns. I think we saw very quickly after CRA started garnishing those wages, a couple of LPs filed for protection within the same week. And then I think there's been a few more that have filed since that period of time. And so, someone who's excessively behind on their excise tax and having their payments garnished are looking at 4, 5, maybe 6 months of time before they're going to get their next payment. They just don't have a lot of choices, and so they're having to file for that protection. I don't think the boards are actually
New
changing
members,
those
thank
patterns yet. I think that'll probably happen over the next 3 or 4 months as more of these LPs realize and get caught up in the garnishment.
But there's a lot of the boards out there that have been asked by the CRA to garnish excise tax when they sell into it. I think the big thing for us is we're finally seeing, the Canadian government taking this serious. And those that, weren't paying excise tax could keep going and, putting the rest of us at a disadvantage. So I think we're going to continuously see changes. And, we've talked about the study that's come out there in regards to changes in regards to excise tax and marketing, medical cannabis, et cetera. I think there's some major things here that could really benefit the Canadian cannabis industry.
It's no surprise it's going down. I explained this was going to happen. I said it would go under $2.
Oh, go ahead.
That can happen.
No, go ahead.
This is as expected.
Just in regards to the excise tax changes that you mentioned that could potentially occur in the budget that's released next week. You mentioned tax savings potentially of $80 million for Tilray. So I guess with those savings, do you expect it to mostly be realized by the LPs, or could there be some benefit realized from the provinces and the retailers as well? If any color, that would be helpful.
Good question. I think as we know provinces and we know governments, I'm sure they're going to try and grab some of that. But I think, listen, as we've said, and we've openly said, it's about $80 million, to Tilray. And the big thing is you got price compression, and you still have the same amount of excise tax that you're paying. And, I think in this quarter it was 33% of our sales was going to excise tax. So something has to be done. I don't mind if some of it goes back to the governments on education, on promoting the safety, bringing awareness, marketing, and allow us to do these things. So, again, if we got half of it, $40 million back, to invest back in the business, I think it'd be tremendous beneficial, to Tilray and other LPs.
Don't miss this very special
I think the key in this piece is
one-time moment.
The government's making the change to strengthen the industry because the tax became, in a way, oppressive. They need to avoid creating new things that pull that money back. And they need to allow it to go to the industry to help the industry continue to grow and strengthen.
I will explain, Mo, at the end.
Great. Thank you for the answer there.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Bill Kirk with Roth MKM. Please proceed with your question.
Thank you for taking the questions. Maybe I missed it in the prepared remarks, but what is the $29 million in assets that have been moved to held for sale? I imagine some of it might be facilities that you mentioned earlier, but what specifically is in that number, and how is it determined?
So that number is the Cayuga facility, it's Masson, and it's the Belleville facility.
That's correct. We're full legalization.
And so
we're nowhere near that.
It's the facility, it isn't the business. The business is being reorganized within our existing footprints. And then we're releasing or selling what become redundant assets at that point in time.
Okay, got it. That's what I was looking for on not the businesses. Okay, and then in the third quarter compared to 2Q, selling marketing expenses up a little bit.
Sounds like they've lost their line.
Did we lose you, Bill?
I'm sorry. It seems that his line may have a technical difficulty. Our next question comes from the line of Michael Lavery with Piper Sandler. Please proceed with your question.
Thank you. Good morning. Just wanted to touch on the U.S. and I understand at the moment it's
positive day. Tilray can rebound, I'm sure.
But if rescheduling occurs,
S&P is
you
up.
laid out at a high level how you're thinking about it and a more pharmaceutical approach. I guess a couple questions is it just maybe what's your patience level if it does come to that? Just because the FDA certainly is known not for its speed, and so is your understanding just that obviously if that door opens it could still take quite some time, or how are you thinking about that? And in the release as well, you reminded us about
big profit taking in Destiny today.
How would that fit into that potentially? Is that something that would still stay separate, or could
1,000% up?
Sort of like pharmacies, I guess.
And now selling back.
Some of how you're thinking
perfectly
about
acceptable.
US opportunities should regulatory change come through.
So as I said, within the U.S., if medical cannabis is rescheduled and medical cannabis becomes legal, we being a large medical cannabis producer in Canada and Europe and have the expertise and have the research, not knowing what the FDA and not knowing in regards to what the guidelines will be, Tilray is ready to capitalize on all our expertise. Is there a possibility with NAFTA or with other rules that we can, export cannabis from Canada that's GMP certified? Today, you can export, cannabis from Canada to other parts of other countries.
Here comes Tilray.
It's GMP certified. So I'm not sure why that wouldn't be the case in the U.S. if that happens. My personal belief, if it's rescheduled from a medical cannabis standpoint and they leave it up to each of the states on a recreational standpoint, then, that is something different. So I think the big thing is I look into a crystal ball not knowing where this is going. I think something happens from a rescheduling
I'll look into
standpoint.
my crystal ball, shall I?
And, Tilray is ready to move.
There it is.
From a medical standpoint, if there was an acquisition for us, we're ready to move. And, we hold the debt of MedMen. We think the MedMen name still has a strong brand name, even though it's had its challenges and it's going through, some changes right now to get rid of some of those liabilities and that. And there's an opportunity that, we could execute with the MedMen name across the U.S. The other thing is depending, and I think one of the biggest opportunities, and we're seeing, some opportunities with Delta-9, which is infused drinks with hemp-infused THC. I think the biggest opportunity is in drinks. And with our distribution systems, with our brands within our beer business and spirits, Tilray could get into that. So, not knowing and not, what's going to happen, I think, as I said, Tilray is circled in the U.S., and it's not like we'd have to change their model being an MSO where we're, restricted to each state. Right now, we could take our expertise from around the world. We can take our medical expertise. We can take our beverage expertise and bring it to the U.S. once we know which way rescheduling happens and it goes. So that's what I'm excited about is once we know what the guidelines are, once we know what the opportunities are, we could easily jump in there without undoing something that we own today.
Okay, thanks. And just on the beverage side, you touched on your hopes for distribution upside on a lot of the, especially recently acquired brands. But do you have a sense how you coming into this spring's shelf resets and what sort of shelf space gains you're positioned for that are already in hand?
So hey, Ty, you're on the call, right? Do you want to jump in there? Listen, I got to tell you, in a short period of time, A lot of these brands were just starved on innovation, starved on distribution. We have 500 distributors out there, and I always say to Ty, if each distributor could do $1 million more, which is not a lot, that's $500 million. So I think the upside on beer is tremendous. As you look at pricing, you look in regards to the whole spirits industry. I think we're so well positioned on beer, on innovation that we're coming out with, moving into water, moving into some energy drinks, moving into some other infused drinks. So we're well positioned with our distributors. We have over 100 salespeople and, headquarter people between marketing. So Ty, you want to just talk about some of the stuff?
Virgin Galactic going down $100 today.
And thanks for the question, Mike.
118.
We feel really solid about some of the distribution gains, not only that we've made in the third quarter, but we also feel solid about the conversations we're having with several national and regional retailers across on and off premise with our brands. Specifically, if I look over Q3, we've gained north of 1,200 new effective placements on our existing brands. And with the innovation, we continue to see uptick every day with our distributor network and how they're leaning in with us and helping drive distribution. So, chains are going to continue to play a critical role in our success, and we're well suited, as Irwin said, to leverage our partnerships with our distributors and the relationships that we have across the U.S.
Okay, thanks so much.
Tap the like button.
Our next question comes from the line of Matt Bottomley with Canaccord Genuity. Please
Debate and chat will continue
Good morning, everyone.
after this
one's for Carl.
event.
I just wanted to go back to the revised guidance here on adjusted EBITDA going into fiscal Q4 here. So I'm just wondering if you could give a little more color on the dynamic between overall revenue progression versus margin expansion. There's obviously quite still a big step up expected even in the revised guidance. And then specifically within that, I'm wondering how much of that is beverage related, given that I think you had commented that you're close to about a $300 million business now in all your beverage portfolios. If you run rate this quarter, and I understand there's seasonality, it's closer to 200 to 225. So I'm just wondering if there's some step up on the revenue side, specifically in Q4 when it comes to your alcohol contribution.
So thanks, Matt. There is significant increase in sales in Q4 in beer.
Only 7 more likes and YouTube will suggest this video. More people will learn about Tilray.
Hitting those, the key summer selling season, which is really driven in our April and May sales results for the organization, particularly in beer. We've talked a few times about challenges in the spirits business with sales growth, and that we were going to get resolution of that in Q4 of this year. So that's also reflected inside of those that expectation on EBITDA. It's potentially driving both revenue and margins during that time period. I think on the beer business's margin side, you are going to see an increase in margins in Q4. That'll be driven by just more volume flowing through the facilities as we ramp up production in March and April to hit those April and May sales, because there's such quick turnaround time and lack of inventory inside that segment. You've also got the build up on the cannabis business for the summer period of time, and increases in things like pre-rolls and other product forms in the cannabis business that are consumed on a more of a, let's call it a shared basis, either in a shared setting or actually shared on its own. And so that's a part of it, and with that increased sales level comes increases in margins just because of efficiency on the production side.
Okay, very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Doug Miehm with RBC Capital Markets. Please proceed with your question.
Yeah, thank you and good morning. Question just has to do with, again, the excise tax and going back to this. There's obviously an opportunity for your company But I am curious if these changes were to go through and you benefit somewhere between 40 and 80 million the way you expected, what's your thinking on the other companies? Because we're starting to lose some of the smaller companies, but is this going to provide the smaller companies with another year or two of life? And I'd say the other thing that I'm curious about as it relates to this, could this result in another leg of downward pricing as they try to maintain market share?
So I think a couple things. Yes, I think, if companies don't have to pay the same amount of excise tax that, everybody is, I think some of these companies absolutely will survive. And I think at the end of the day, we all want a strong cannabis market in Canada. The big thing is, again, what's got to change is the excise tax. And yes, we probably are the highest payer of excise tax in Canada. So for us to receive back, if it's $80 million, it's a lot of money. But at the end of the day, it's money that we're going to put into building our brands, building our products, our innovation, and hopefully marketing and building a bigger category out there. And I think that's ultimately the benefit, that the money's not going back to, taxes. It's going back in to build a marketplace and back into, continuously grow the industry. So yes, will more competition be out there? Could there be price compression? Absolutely. But I'll tell you what, I don't mind some more price compression. I don't mind some more LPs being in there. I wouldn't mind that $80 million coming into our company, where we can invest it back in our business and drive growth, drive, innovation, and drive marketing the brands to a much bigger category.
I think it's also important to understand that different entities are going to have different amounts of a win related to this, right? And as you get closer to the tail end of share, the impact for a lot of those companies is going to be a lot less. And if they're behind on their excise taxes, the excise tax garnishment may have the bigger impact for them. As Irwin said, we're on the opposite end of that tail because we're the largest. And then you've got a bunch of companies in the middle where, I think that is more towards where your question was, where you're going to see some people who will be able to survive a little bit easier.
And I don't think excise tax is going to keep everybody in business here, okay? I hope not. I think, I continuously see more consolidation in the Canadian market. I see, some of the smaller players ultimately going away. And I think that's what happens there as a new industry. There's just a filtration of, these LPs. If you come back and look at it today, 25 LPs make up about 50% of market share. There's about another 1,000 LPs that make up the other 50% market share. So, you see some consolidation. You see companies going away. And I think what this creates is a much stronger cannabis industry within the Canadian market. And if what happens also, as I said before, there could be opportunities for grow in Canada to be shipped into the U.S. and other parts of the world, which could, enhance the Canadian cannabis industry.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of John Zamparo with CIBC.
We'll discuss all this at the end. Special live debate. Party on Friday. Much more coming.
On the cost side, both COGS and SG&A, and there's
great
just a lot
opportunity
of
today
here,
for investors.
And I wonder how much FQ3 represents a run rate, because you've got additional synergies coming from Hexo. It sounds like you have savings on the beverage side as you move away from co-packing agreements, but you're also investing in innovation and product extensions. And it sounds like another variable is selling the production facilities, which I think you said saves $5 to $7 million annually. So I wonder, when you think about all of this in aggregate, is there a net benefit on the cost side, and do you expect to see total costs come down from FQ3? Because it seems like organic revenue growth is a bit more difficult to achieve near term. Thank you.
So first off, I think, organic growth is going to come, particularly in the fourth quarter. As we see the new launches and the new innovation hit the market, particularly in some of these new categories that we're doing on the beverage alcohol side, including the water and the non-alc, and playing in that space, playing in the FMB hard tea space. Things like that are new categories for us. And so I think there are opportunities for organic growth. But, if you're using Q3 as a baseline, I don't think that's the right way to look at it. And similarly, I don't think Q4 is necessarily the right baseline for the exact polar opposite reasons. Q3 is traditionally our lowest quarter in terms of revenue and production, and Q4 is traditionally our highest quarter in terms of revenue and production. So we're going to get an uptick on margins as a result of that incremental volume, particularly in beverage alcohol in our legacy business. And that's going to be what drives a chunk of the earnings guidance, and it's going to be what drives our results next quarter.
I think the big thing here is, too, you heard me say before, the savings we're getting from the integration of Hexo and Truss, and somewhere between, close to $35 million. We don't get that immediately. It evens out over the quarter, so it takes us a full year to get that amount. The second thing is, as we've just owned the ABI businesses for 2 months, and just, at 2 quarters, as we integrate them into our businesses and start from the procurement, from the distribution standpoint, there's a lot for us to get done here, but we're focused on organic growth, and we're starting to see that already. We're focused on which facilities to integrate these products to, which states we're going to focus on. We also have 13 brew pubs out there that we're focused on growing our brand through these brew pubs.
I said $2,
big event for us,
and it's just about there now. It's got nothing to do with the charts. It's got everything to do with greed and the way people trade.
Also in every retailer,
nothing to do with the charts at all.
So July 4th is one of the biggest,
you can see the patterns everywhere.
Beer category months that is sold out there from occasion. So, right now, as we bring
great
this
opportunity
together, and
if you want to invest now,
is to grow our beer business to a $300 million business. And you got to remember, in 2020, we sold 2.5 million cases when we first acquired the Sweetwater brand. Today we're on a run rate to 12.5 million cases, with tremendous opportunity with, all the innovation that's happening. So there's just a lot of evening out here, and there's a lot of moving pieces to bring all this together. And I think the big thing is as we look at it, when we get a full year behind all these acquisitions with Hexo, with Truss, and the integration there, we get all this, full year together with all the ABI stuff. We're seeing some great stuff. And listen, just with Montauk, we've owned it over a year, one of the, fastest growing beer within New York today. Some of the stuff we're seeing on the West Coast with Green Flash, Nelson's, and Alpine. So the legacy stuff that we've already bought and owned a year, we're seeing good results for it. It just takes us some time here to get these things integrated.
Okay, I appreciate the color. I'll pass it on. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our question and answer session. I'll turn the floor back to Mr. Simon for any final comments.
Great.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Listen, I wish I could predict what's going to happen in the cannabis industry. There's going to be one thing for sure I can predict: there will be change. And we've been waiting for change for a long time, in the German market. It finally came to fruition. And there's going to be a lot of execution to get it where it needs to be, but it's happening. I do think we've been sitting and waiting through the Biden administration before that change happened within the cannabis industry. There's lots of discussion about rescheduling. And again, it's not something we have control of. But one thing we do have control of, we do know how to grow cannabis. We do know how to sell medical cannabis. We know about research. We do have within Canada today over 5 million square feet of grow. We do have in Europe, 2 major facilities. And with that, depending what happens in the U.S., we will be ready to launch what needs to be launched into the U.S., whether it's taking from our existing businesses, acquiring, putting something together. We'll have the opportunity to do that. As I've said, our aspirations is to grow our beer business to a $300 million beer business. We already are the 5th largest craft brewer today within, the U.S. We have a great business within Breckenridge Distillery. We've been named some of the number one, whiskeys within the world, within the U.S., and some exciting things happening. I'm also real excited about what's happening, in our wellness business in regards to Manitoba Harvest and what's happening with hemp from a high-protein food and now the perception of hemp as a great product and a healthy product. So, as Tilray Brands comes together over the last 5 years, there's a lot of real good pieces that ultimately will come together. There's tremendous opportunities with our products. There's tremendous opportunities with our distribution. There's tremendous opportunities as we build out, our global market. So, as I look at Tilray, we've circled a lot of the right wagons. And again, that dealing with regulatory, dealing with unknowns in regards to rescheduling, but Tilray is there. I'm real happy with the team that I have in place and excited to work with the team. We've done a great job in an industry in regards to banking, what we've done with our balance sheet, and we continue to work on that balance sheet. I'm someone personally that does not like debt. So how do we focus on our balance sheet? I'm very much in favor, and as I push with Carl and the rest of the team, cash flow and taking costs out of our business. And there's not too many other industries out there that are taxed the way we are on cannabis, on beer, and on spirits. And I wish Tilray was earning the amount of money that we're providing the governments of Canada, U.S., and Europe from our taxes that we generate from our business. With that, look forward to talking to you again soon. Appreciate getting on the call, and have a great week. Thank you.
Click to resume. Just bear with me. What the heck? What happened there? One second. No idea what happened there. Click to resume. One, two, sound two. What's going on? Upcoming live streams. We are okay. We're on the backup channel. You can see me on the backup channel. So I don't know if you can hear me. I don't. Yes, you are getting my audio. Okay, you are getting my audio. So we have a technical issue, but I've got the backup channel here for this reason. Well, for many other reasons, but that's one of them. So we do have this backup available. So just bear with me, and I'm going to explain a couple of things. I apologize for the break of service, but the good thing is I'm able to carry on talking to you on the backup. Let me just reinstate that extra connection. We did lose connection, but we do have a backup channel. That's the purpose of all of this, or one of the reasons. And we are good again on the other channel. So we've got service resumed. So I am from the back at the moment, so let me... this channel is from the back, okay? This is the behind the scenes. So what I'm going to do is just talk to you for a moment, and then we've got the next main show to start very shortly on the main channel. So what I'm going to do is we did have a break of service. We have this extra channel as backup, so there you go. That worked, so that was good to know. What I'm going to do now, though, is give you a bit of information. First of all, let me just quickly say, this was exactly as predicted. We expected this to go down to $2 or below, in fact, not because it deserves it. That's just the way people trade it. Until we get, and as I said, when it popped up the other day on that news, we said it's a $40 stock. It always is. However, until we get full legalization, that's not going to happen. So what I'm going to do now is in the chat, I'm going to give you, and I am from the back because this is the behind the scenes channel. This is the extra channel. Here is a video you need to go and see. All right, this video here in the chat is the full breakdown of the stock compared to Cronus, SNDL as well, and Aurora. And we did a test, and SNDL came out as number one. You might want to go and check that out, okay? So I've just given you that link there. This is the 12-hour backup stream. This also provides service. So we'll continue in this chat, and you can debate with each other and so on and so forth. Now then, as you can see on the screen, in 23 hours, 28 minutes and 25 seconds, there's going to be a very special one-time in history moment on this channel, which can never be repeated again. And those that are members on the main channel are about to get a special invitation, members only, that will never, ever happen again. And when we look back in 10 years, you'll be glad that you were there when that clock hits 0. So if you want to be part of that, you need to be a member of the main channel, and you will receive that information today. Now then, I've given you the full breakdown of a full review of the cannabis stocks, which is Cronus, SNDL, Tilray, and Aurora. I've given you that link in the chat. I apologize for talking to you from the back. It's because we are running the extra channel. This is behind the scenes, and it's also a backup for the main channel if we have an issue, and we had an issue today. All right, so that's good that I'm able to talk to you. Let me just double check something. Are you able to hear this? I just realized it. Can you actually hear what I'm saying? Oh, you can. You can hear what I'm saying. I just can't hear it on here at the moment. There is a technical issue, but we do have the ways to get around it, which is what I'm doing. Let me just check my sound here as well. That should be good. That should be good. I just realized you could. There you go. Now that's good. All right. So there is that video. Now, I also said to you, every Friday we get together with all our members and we have a special event. I'm going to give it to you now. It's Friday night on my music channel. We have a party and a celebration. Today was great for Tilray. I know many of you are disappointed, but it's great. It was a good earnings and it presents opportunity. Here is the event on Friday. It's a live event. Join us for the live event on Friday, and you can be part of that on Friday. So please do join us for that. You can live request. We have a beer together and have a bit of a laugh. That's exciting. Right, that's it from me. What I've got to do now is get off, get ready for the main show on the main channel shortly. If you stay where we are now, this will take you directly to that main show shortly. But you can hear, discuss with each other what's going on. Now, also, if you are a member of the main channel, you can get access to Discord. We have a special trading channel within Discord. It's YouTube members only or premium Discord members only. And you really want to take advantage of that because we have paid knowledge from Ed Nevius, who has actually done formal training and provides education to you to scalp trade. Here is the Discord link. You need to be a member of the channel before you even see anything. So if you're not a member, you won't. And there are scalp trades, knowledge, training, and everything. How to trade, how to scalp trade from a professional who's basically paid to learn this stuff, who provides it to you free of charge. Everything we do here is to benefit our members. All right, now then. That's it from me for the minute. We'll keep this running. We'll keep some background music running. I'm going to get set for the main channel, and you'll hear me working in the background on the phones and all the rest of it until the main show resumes. The main show on the main channel is actually, the next show is in, when is it in? It's in 25 minutes. So I'll be there very shortly. Okay, guys, I'm taking a short break. Apologize for that break in service, but that's the benefit of having the extra channel. I'll see you in a little while, and until then, bye-bye for now. Okay, now the first thing I need to do, if I'm able to do this now, is put out that video from the earnings itself. Some people like to watch the earnings in its own video, so I'm going to do that now. So just bear with me a moment. I'm going to, you'll hear me working in the background. On the earnings. So thankful that we have the extra channel for this service now. That was the first time we actually used it for that purpose. Great. We try to think of every situation, what would happen if, and we make sure that we have protection. Okay. So what I'm doing now, I'm adding in today's event, April 9. And I'm just going to edit this. I'm going to get ready for our next event. Okay. Here we go. So you'll hear the earnings now, but you'll hear it in an improved sound. Great. Tilray earnings call, live now on YouTube. There you go. You see all that. And on this earnings. Sometimes
These statements are based on our current expectations and beliefs. Press release, and you will be hearing our Denise.
Aaron, good morning, everyone.
And now I'd like to turn the call over.
Thank you, Baron. Thank you, Baron. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Our next question comes from the line of Doug Meehan with RBC Capital Markets. Please proceed with your question.
Yeah, thank you and good morning. Question just has to do with
the new, and we've been waiting for change and with Tilray is there slow in taking costs out of our business that we generate and week. Thank you.
Okay, there is the video. That can now go out. This will be uploaded. Some people like to watch the earnings later as an actual enhanced, optimized video, which is what the purpose of this is. Let me export that. Tilray. Tilray earnings. Here we go. So let's send that out. And again, apologies for our break in service. Unfortunately, these things happen, but it can't be helped sometimes. All right, that's just rendering. So in the meantime, I shall put some background music on. Take a short break. I'll be back in a minute, and we've got the main show coming up shortly as well. So here's some background music. I'll see you very shortly. Virgin Galactic went to 116. guys, we're just getting ready to upload this video. It's just about finished, and we'll be going live in a minute on the main channel as well. It's just 1 minute 15 seconds away. What is Virgin Galactic now? 119, 118. Green day again today in the studio. Another green day, very nice indeed. Just a few seconds away now, we'll be able to upload the Tilray video. It's just finishing rendering. Who's the artist of the music? This is just, I can play all these in my studio, but this is, what you're listening to is copyright-free music for YouTube. It's no recognized artist, but I can play all this. If you're a fan of this music, go to my music channel, and I do this music all the time. I have a piano playlist playing all these songs, so if you like it, go to my music channel. The link for the channel's on the homepage of this one. Alright, we're just getting ready for the main show to start in about 7 minutes time. And there we go. The video is finished rendering. I can now upload this to the channel. People will want to watch the Tilray earnings on its own video. It's been enhanced audio. That's now uploading. I'll be back with you very shortly. Just getting set for the next show. Thank you very much, Drive, 300 miles per hour. There's a lot of playlists on there that you might enjoy. Tilray still going down. It's that $2 mark I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking at. We'll have a live debate in a minute on the main channel where you can phone in and have your say about how you felt Tilray Brands went. You can call in and be part of the show if you want to. That's coming up in just a few minutes' time. Just preparing a few things here. If you want to call in and have your say about Tilray or anything else, you are very welcome. It is members only. If you want to call in, you can. I'll open the phone lines in just a few minutes' time, and you can be on the show live. Tilray Brands is still going down. It's that $2 mark. It's not really a surprise. Okay, we're just getting ready to start. Okay, I'll end the music there for now. And we're just about to start the main show once again. You can keep this 24-hour stream the 12-hour stream running as a backup channel. That way, if there's any problems, it always comes back to here, and that's good, right? Okay, just setting up the key. We'll be live in just a couple of seconds' time. We're just 12 followers away from our 1,000th follower on Rumble, which is very nice. And we're just a couple of followers away from 2,000 on X. Do you want to be my 1,000th follower on Rumble or my 2,000th follower on X? That's about to happen. Markets are very red now. It's a sell-off today. Ready to buy the dip. Don't mind that at all. Okay. So we're just about set. Tilray is now 204. Heading to that 2. Just as we planned. Perfectly fine with that. Okay. So that's uploading. We're all good to go. And we'll make a start. Okay, if you want to join us on the main channel, you can keep this one running open. But if you want to join us on the main show, you can as well. We're about to start. It's time to rock and roll. Here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. It's wonderful to have you all here once again. We've just covered the Tilray earnings, and we are currently uploading the Tilray earnings as we speak as its own video. Some people like to watch the enhanced edited version. That's now being uploaded as we speak, so stand by for that. It'll appear if you've clicked notification, appear very, very shortly. Now then, as we can see, we got a red day today. The markets are red. It's not looking very good. That's perfectly fine. We expect this. I said there's a 10% correction coming. However, we've gained another 1 or 2% since then, so it was still good to buy. But if we go up 10% from here and 20% from here over the next year and then still pull back 10%, still good to buy on the way up. Makes no difference. That's what I continue to do. But anyway, let's quickly look at Tilray. We covered it earlier, and we said, well, I said anyway, it's going down to $2. And that's exactly what it's doing. It's just about there now. Tilray had a good earnings. I was very happy with the earnings. I thought they did well. And it's done everything that we anticipated it would do. What has it done? Well, when we got the news about Kamala Harris, it popped. It sold off. People took profit because people gamble on this stock. No matter how good the company might be, people do scalp it and gamble with it. But anything under $2 is a good buy, in my opinion, right now. And I've also said over and over again that the government doesn't care about the shareholders of this stock or any cannabis stock at all. They don't care less. Doesn't concern them at all, and they don't have an agenda to get things pushed through quicker just to suit investors. So no surprise there. Now we know, or I believe, legislation is coming before the election in November because it's a vote winner, and I believe it's coming. I don't really have much doubt about that, but it's not running at our timeline. However, that presents great opportunity. The earnings today was good. They had a good earnings. I'm very happy with it. I thought they did very well. The business is improving all the time. And we've now got that legalization, of course, in Germany, which when that popped up, everybody went a bit crazy and it went up like we said it would. And then, of course, it's sold off now on the earnings. It's never enough for Tilray investors. It's never good enough. And they've sold off. It's an overreaction. always is an overreaction. Overreaction always comes on volatile stocks. No question about it. Stocks with great potential but unrealized always have these issues. So we've got the same thing with Virgin Galactic. I've said it's going to go under $1. $1.10 was my first target. Once it hits that, it will go under $1 because there's no reason for it to go up right now. And people are doing the same thing. They're dumping it to buy it back. Someone asked me, why is Tilray selling off today when it did well on its earnings? Well, the reason is because it is doing well on its earnings. You can take profit, it will drive it down, and you know it's going to go up again. It's what the big boys do. It makes perfect sense. You know it's doing well, so you don't need to stay in the stock. You can sell it because you know everyone's going to dump it, and it's not because that's just the way it trades. And you can safely wait around, get to the $2 or anywhere from now is a good buy, really. And buy it again, and it will start to go up again. There's no doubt in my mind about that. I've watched this stock now for nearly 3 years, 12 hours a day, and that's how it trades. It's as simple as that. There's nothing clever about it. There's nothing strange about it. It's just people are greedy, people overreact, people are selfish, and that's how this stock trades. It's how all stocks trade with elements to it. So there you go. No surprise. Now then, if you want to phone in today, you can. You can phone in. You can be on the show. Call in. It is members only. The phone line is open right now. If you want to have your say and be on the show, here is the phone line right here. I'll give you the link for it now. So I'm going to give you the link. It's martynlucas.com/live. Here is the link in the chat if you want to phone into the show. Members only, please. You can call in. There is the link. I'll also give it to my Rumble audience because we do have some subscribers on Rumble, which is the same as a member here on YouTube. All right. So I've given you the link there if you want to call in as well. Tilray Brands now 203. No surprise. The overall markets are selling off. I like that. I've got no issue with that whatsoever. Now then, once you've gone to that link, you'll need a password. And the password I am putting in our Discord channel because it's members only. I don't want everybody having the password, okay? So we only have members call in. Only members, YouTube members and Discord Premium can see the Discord channels. This is Discord where we have all the education, training, knowledge. We have all the trades. We have all the scalp trades. A lot of stuff going over here. So I'm going to post it now into the Welcome All channel. I'm going to put the password here for all of the YouTube members and the Discord Premium members you can see. So, of course, I'm going to come off there now. I'm not going to show it. And it is case sensitive. Okay, it is case sensitive. There it is. Okay, there it is. So make sure that you do use the upper cases and lower cases. I've put it in the chat, in the welcome all. If you want to call in, have your say about Tilray Brands or any stock, please feel free. You are ready to do that, and you can be a guest here in this spot here, and you can be live on the show. You have to turn your camera on. You don't need any equipment, any software. You just use a browser, but you have to be on camera. You have to be seen, and you have to be one of our members. All right, okay. Let me go through some of the comments that we've got here. Hi all. Good morning, Seth. Good morning to you. Yikes, DXYZ. I said yesterday it would dump. Let's have a look at it. Yes, it's down 32%. However, Robbie, I wouldn't be Robbie Cooper. I'll come back to you in a moment. You're got to talk to you about your membership. This isn't anything. Look at it. It's up 711%. It was up 1,200%. It's now up 700. Of course, it's going to correct. Makes perfect sense. However, you're still up 700% at this stage. By now, though, you should have traded it at least once or twice, at the very least. So hopefully you've done that. Anyway, Hi, Batari Kamala. How are you? Can you see if any ASTI news? Can you see if any ASTI news nasty drop? I don't. If I got any, ASTI news? Let me look in links for YouTube. If any of my researchers have sent anything in, let's have a look. But I don't know. I don't see anything. I've got ASTI on the show shortly. The CEO of the show, CEO of the company rather, is going to be on the show with me. So we're looking forward to that. That'll be nice. ASTI dropping, Martin. Can you see any news? I'm having no luck. No, I'm looking around all my screens. I don't see anything coming in from anybody at the moment or anything myself. But we know there's some issues. There are some personal issues with ASTI. That's all I can tell you at the moment. But there you go. There's a little bit of a scoop. There's some personal issues, ASTI. But that is all I can tell you due to the delays of the CEO, Paul Worley, being on the show. But all that will be revealed soon. Profit taking probably. DX 33% down does not look good, but of course, no surprise, of course, taking profits like that. But again, you're still up 700%, so I wouldn't be concerned. Anyway, Space is absurd right now. Yes, indeed. Space is way below the value of its cash on the books. It's terrible what's going on at Virgin Galactic. They're not even trying to put any information out. As I said before, they're paying themselves in stock options, and they get more and more of the company for free. It's very disrespectful to its investors, in my opinion. How much of SpaceX does 33%? I believe it is 33%. If you want the full breakdown of it, look at this. I just did this. We just did this. There you go. This is the full breakdown of the stock. Information on it. Everything you need to know is in this video. We did a full breakdown for you. Let me give it to you. Here we go. We gave you all the information that is available for this stock, DXYZ. So who was asking for it? Brian. Brian, let me give this to you now. Brian, there you go. Radiant Smile, 30%, 34%. But ask yourself, what happens to your shares after all these companies go public? That's a good question. Space management rubbish. Yes. Couldn't agree more. Space management is rubbish. Michael Cole Glazier keeps selling. I mean, seriously, what? You're selling at 117 now? I mean, how desperate is that? It's a money laundering stock, in my opinion, Radiant Smile. Radiant, indeed, $20 for DXYZ seems more realistic to me. Watch it run back up to 100. Yeah. Space, I'm on a short TP, $1. Kevin, ASTI pumped in 3 million shares. Great, thanks. Brian, you're very welcome. Sell off today on XYZ. Got money for the bottom. Absolutely. Absolutely right. That makes perfect sense to me as well. Right, let's go through all our positions. Now then, lots of announcements today. Lots of announcements, things that are happening. As you can see, how many people have we got in right now? It was quite quiet. People are watching the videos at the moment. I can see that. I'm still uploading the Tilray. That's going to be a little while before that's done. 1 hour and 12 minutes at the moment before that's done. Now then, going to let you know, as you can see above my head, just above my head here. Extra channel in 22 hours, 44 minutes and 8 seconds. An event that can never, ever happen again. We now have a network of channels. We now have the extra channel running 12 hours a day, which is getting improved, and extra services coming on. I've just spoken with and had an interview with Seeking Alpha. They have made me a partner with them, and I've got great things coming to the members. More and more things to benefit the members. And in 22 hours, 43 minutes and 36 seconds, there's going to be a one-time moment in history. Never happen again. I am fully committed to this channel. I'm going to be here for the rest of my life doing this. This is something I really want to build out to a 10 million subscriber channel, which I know how to get to. I'm absolutely on track with that. I'm doubling my numbers every month, and it'll take a while, but it will get there. In fact, it will take 7 years. But we'll get there. So in 22 hours, 43 minutes and 0 seconds, there will be some very exclusive membership perks on the extra channel. It'll be members only. There'll be members only live chat, members only videos, members only information. And as promised, it's the cheapest membership on YouTube. 99 cents. I can't make it any cheaper than that. And there are 3 tiers. There's a special guest, 99 cents. There's the Lucasade family member, which is a second tier, and there is also a Lucasade Gold member tier as well. You can choose which one you want. And what will happen is in 22 hours, 42 minutes and 15 seconds from now, it'll go live at the same time for everyone, but there will be special invitations and information about it ahead of time with members only videos coming over the next 22 hours and 42 minutes. So if you are a member of this channel here, you will get those members only videos. There's going to be members only videos coming out today. The point of this is it will go live when that clock heat reaches 0. Why is that important? Well, because I want to be able to thank and honor my founder members, those that built the channel, those that were here at the beginning. And in 5 years or 10 years from now, I want to be able to do special things for the original founder members. So how can I do that? Well, the only way I can do that is by having a membership turn on at a precise time, which is what the clock's for, and everyone can become a member for 99 cents, if you like. And the point is we all become members at exactly the same moment, so we'll all have the same badge. We'll all be green, then it will go 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, and so on the same day. Now, anyone can become a member a month later, a week later, or whatever, but at that precise moment, that'll be all the founder members. That'll be all the founder members together. So we'll be able to recognize you, and there'll be extra perks for those original members. And that's why it's a unique moment. It can never be done again, because people will be joining a day later, a week later, a month later. That opportunity will be gone. It only exists for that one day. So there you go. Anyway, let me read, and there will be special videos explaining all of this coming out for the members later on today, and extra information. Like the video if you haven't. Thank you, Radiant Smile. Up 15% overall today, and bought Tilray with my profits. I think that's a good idea. I think Tilray absolutely 100% is an overreaction. There you go. I said it would hit the $2. And it just about has. I mean, all bar the shouting. So let me report that now. This is what I wanted to say about this. Let me do this now. Okay, so what is the time? The time is, let's have a look. The time is 15 minutes. Okay, 15, TLRY, 15. Okay, here we go. Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. We have just reported the Tilray earnings, and it's going exactly to plan. It was a good earnings. Things are getting better for Tilray every time. However, this stock trades a certain way because of greed, because of overreaction, and because at the end of the day, it's still speculative, because we don't have legalization. We don't have Schedule 3 yet, but we will, but people are impatient. So today's earnings was good, and people sold off, oversold, and when, of course, they see it going down fast, they jump ship. Everybody does. Like rats fleeing a ship, and it goes down even faster. What we've got now is exactly what I said was going to happen. I said it would go down to $2, and we literally were touching 2.3 and 2.2 a couple of seconds ago. So I'm within 2 cents of it. and this will form a bottom. It may even go a bit lower, but this is now a good time to buy, no doubt about it. We will get legislation. It will go through. I believe it will go through by November because it's a vote winner. But there you go. It's no surprise to me at all. A lot of people said, why is it going down? Because it was a good earning. Well, that doesn't make sense, you say. Why would it go down if it was a good earnings? Because people are confident it'll go back up again. So they can sell, knowing that all the retail investors will start selling as well, because the institutions start doing it first, so it starts to move the stock. You will dump it because the stock has done this over and over again to you. You're fearful. You don't really have faith in it, even though you say you do. The stock goes down. Everyone starts selling en masse now, and it goes all the way back down to around about $2, and then we'll see it rise again. No doubt about it. All we need is a little bit of good news, and up she goes again. I still believe it's a $40 stock with full legalization Schedule 3 in time, not overnight, but I believe it will get there. So this is great. Full disclosure, I don't own it. I only own the S&P. I'm not here to pump it, dump it, or anything at all, but I am here to give you the facts as I see them. And that's how I see it. To me, it's obvious. I've watched this stock in detail for 3 years. 12 hours a day. I've sat here monitoring all my stocks, all the stocks I'm involved with, what I cover, and I can see it. I speak to the investors. I get the feedback on X and Stock Twits and everywhere else, and I have a really good belief of where it's going. I can see how people trade. So let's give you some more information on it right now. So if you like this video, tap the like button and consider subscribing. There you go. All right. Now then, let me share with you a couple of things today that we talked about. On our X account during the earnings, Erwin Simon again has addressed Europe as a country. He really needs to sort that out. It doesn't do his credibility any good. Europe is not a country, it's a continent, and the countries within it are not states. He needs to kind of get to grips with this. There are only a handful of continents in the world, so it's not hard to remember. Anyway, there's that poll, there's that information on X. You might like to go and comment to that, share your thoughts. Also, we're running a poll today, and I'm asking you to vote. And I asked, will the stock rise today? 54% of you said no. I will tell you now, this again shows me how you understand the stock, because we were 50-50 all the way through the earnings. When the earnings finished and you've seen the stock drop even more, then no became the majority. It wasn't before, it was 50-50. In fact, at one point it was more yeses. Again, people are reacting rather than being proactive. I was already aware and believed it would go to $2. However, now people are going, oh, it's going down now. Well, we kind of know that, and you should have known that before, because that's how the stock trades. You might want to go and comment on that. Okay, so there we go. Now then, this Friday on my music channel, we got a special event coming up as well. It's a great earnings. We like to celebrate good earnings. We're happy with it. We're happy. This presents opportunity. Join us on Friday on the music channel, and we'll be having a party live in the live, and you can make live requests, and you can have a beer with me, and we have a lot of fun here on the music channel. There it is, upcoming live streams every Friday. This Friday, we're going to do it for Tilray and the others in this sector. Should be a lot of fun. All right then, so also what I've done is I've prepared you I think it's a 1 hour video. A lot of work went into it. I had Sensei join me, and we've given you full information on all of the main stocks in this sector. There's Tilray, Aurora, SNDL, and we did a comparison, and actually SNDL came out on top. And you want to watch all of it and see how I came to those conclusions. It's not going to help you if you watch for a minute or two. It's an hour-long video. A lot of information, a lot of work went into it. If you'd like to go and see it, I'll give you all the links for that above my head, down below in the description. And here is the extra channel as well, where we go live 12 hours a day. This is the extra channel. It runs 12 hours a day, gives you the opportunity to be part of a family, a community, and get information, access to Discord if you are a member. And we're about to announce a very special event. Members only are about to get something very, very special. Happens once in a lifetime. It can never happen again, and it happens in 22 hours, 34 minutes, and 6 seconds from now. Anyway, there you go. I hope you found the earnings useful. I am in the process of uploading the earnings for you so you can actually watch the edited version, which is exactly the full version without the bit before and after, and optimized for sound quality to give you an upgraded to 4K as well to give you a much better visual and audio experience. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. Over here, I will put all information relative to Tilray. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. All right, I've just realized oh no, it's not. My camera's good. Thought for a moment I needed to change the camera, but it's fine. We're all good. Okay. Let me just zoom out of that. Now then, space. Probably the worst stock I've ever bought. You said. Well, it's not behaving correctly. I agree with you. I'm adding to my position in space. John Grandforce. Thanks. Oh, now Robbie Cooper. Do we have in the show right now? Do we have all of the? Do we have all or many of the Discord users? Is Ed Nevius in here? Is Ed Nevius here? No, I don't see him, Ed, in the chat. Do we have any of our Discord users? Now, Robbie Cooper, I've got a special video that you need to watch now as a member. It'll tell you all the perks, all the benefits, all the things that you get as a member, and I would hate for you to not know all the benefits. So I'm going to give you the why and the how member video. But Robbie Cooper, can you come back to me in the chat, please? There it is. If you want your solid gold, and I mean solid gold, worth $2,000 Robinhood credit card, here is my link. If you become a gold member, you and I are in the chance to get one. No messing around. That's real. And if they've run out of the cards, they're going to give us the cash value instead. If you are in the United States, here is the chance for you to get some free Robinhood shares. I get some, you get some. Robbie Cooper, oh, you're here. Great. Stay right where you are. And the UK, if you are in the UK, I also have a Robinhood UK account. Here is the UK account. There you go. Now, Robbie Cooper. So I've got something for you. I just need to confirm. Can you give me your username on Discord, please? Can you give me your username on Discord? So I know this is you. I need you to confirm that this is you. All right? Okay. So just give me your username on Discord because I don't want to accept a friend request from somebody pretending to be you. I'm 99.9% sure it's you. But anyway, so is the Discord membership separate to the YouTube membership? It is. It is. You have become a Discord premium member. You get extra benefits on Discord. You are also supporting Discord, and there are extra perks for you on Discord as a premium member. They are separate, but you are recognized within Discord as being your name is in green for money, and you have a heart of gold icon. So all the Discord members that love Discord know that you are a VIP member. You are a premium member, and you get a lot of love throughout the channel because you are there providing the service. There's 14 premium members in Discord, so you are one of the elite. So anyway, can you just give me your Discord username, please? I can see it on the screen. I just want to confirm it is you, and then I can accept your friend request. If you wouldn't mind doing that, that would be very, very helpful. Just waiting for you to confirm that, and then I can confirm everything with you. All right. You want a safe bet, says Kevin B. Get getting WM Waste Management stock. I don't think anything's a safe bet, but I appreciate it. Oh, there we go. My Discord is... right. That's not the number I have. That's not the number I have. I have a premium member with a different number. Robbie Cooper, I do not have that number. So I've got to be careful. It's very important. I do not have that number. Can you do that again? I don't know if you made a mistake or whatever, but I do not have that number. We're just waiting to upgrade one of our members here on Discord. And Robbie Cooper, if you could do that again, but that is not the number that I have from you. Oh, hang on a minute. I beg your pardon. You have a different name and different... Right, I see. Yes, that is you. I do see you. Now, so now I can share with you. Okay, that is you. I have put a message in general chit chat. It is me. There you go. Right, so here is Robbie Cooper. Now, Robbie Cooper has a green name because green for money. He is a premium member. He gets VIP treatment in Discord. He'll be appreciated and loved when he moves around the server and all the different channels. What I'm going to do now is you are a premium member. So I'm also you are one of the Lucasades. See that look? You have a green badge and you also have the Lucasades Heart of Gold as well. You are a premium member on the server. I'm also going to add another role for you as well, and that is YouTube member. There you go. You are also a YouTube member. So there you go. And now I'm going to give you a nickname. We need to have it the same as it is here on YouTube. So we know who you are, Robbie Cooper. Okay. There you go. Now then, what does this give you? What have you got now? Now then, if you go here, welcome all. Let's have a look. Where did you, general chit chat. Did you say you went into general chit chat? Let's have a little look. There you go. Right. There is general chit chat being welcomed in. You can see now, Robbie Cooper is one of our VIP members of the server. He's in green, so you can recognize him. He's got a heart of gold. So he supports the premium server and he gets extra benefits by doing so. So whenever he appears in the channels and groups, you'll always get a special welcome. Now, what you can get now as a YouTube member and a premium member is you've got these members, these channels down here, Sensei Crypto's tips. You've got Ed Nevius's training that he has paid to learn how to trade. He provides that service to you for free. We've also got all the other channels. You can now be links for YouTube. You can be a researcher for my team, send things in that I can use on the show, live clips of the show, suggestions, ask the family, stock news, breakfast bar every morning. People go in here and celebrate and have fun in the breakfast bar in the morning. Look at this is what goes on in the morning. I like it. A lot of fun here. You can get information about when the videos go live, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, there you go. That's it. And there'll be more services coming to the premium members as we go on. I think there's 14 members now, 14 premium members, and you'll be showed a lot of love around the server as a premium member. Okay, there you go. I believe I had a comment here. Let's have a little look. I did mention it last night, by the way. What else have we got? Now then, as I'm on Discord, just for a moment, I want to talk to everybody that uses Discord, particularly Ed Nevius's tips. Ed Nevius. This is the busiest channel in the server. This is very, very popular. A lot of trades going on, a lot of great things. And I don't have the time. I don't have all the time in the world to come in these channels. I can't. But last night, I was really quite touched. I was really quite humbled and proud of what we saw last night. I went in to see what was going on, and Ed Nevis it was crazy. The channel was going nuts. There were 4 or 5 people talking at any one point. You can see when people are commenting, the names are coming up. Ed was doing some training. He was providing scalp trade tips. It was absolutely fantastic. And there were people engaging with him. And I came in and the channel was going nuts. It was scrolling through like I've never seen anything like it. And it was really, really great. And I popped in to thank everyone for doing such a great job in the server. We've improved on the server, and it's going to continue to get better. No one is in the server more than 5 minutes who is not a YouTube member or a premium member. I kick them out. Don't mean that disrespectfully, but that's what the name is. It's called kick. Kick them out. I don't mean that nastily, and I don't want that to be like that, but it's not for the general public. It is, we want quality over quantity. We want to provide the best service. We don't want to get everybody on it so it makes me money. I don't make any money from the server. It costs me money to run the server, the time it takes, and so on. So the premium members actually provide the server. But we don't want hundreds of people using it. We want just, good people using it, if you know what I mean. So if you come in and you're not a YouTube, because we are a public server, you can find us outside of this show. But if you're not a YouTube member and you're not a premium member, we kick you out of the channel. It sounds awful saying kick, but that's what it is. And if you want to use the service, you either become a premium member. It does say when you come in, this is a premium server, or a YouTube member, one of the two or both. But so people still join, but they can't see anything. And then I take them out every day. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, thanks to all of you who are using it. Really great. I'm really proud of what you're doing. Absolutely fantastic. And Ed's providing such a great channel in the server. It's really, really great. Anyway, okay. Let's have a look. Let's read some of these comments. Hey, Martin, quick glance at PACB. PACB, yeah. PAC, you are a member. I can look at that. PACB. What's this? Pacific Biosciences. A quick glance at it. That's all it is. Up 5% today. There you go. It's on there. Look, 5%. Let's have a little look over the long term. Yep, very, very volatile. No surprise. It's a biosciences stock. That's how it goes. Some good news today, of course. Up 5%. That's really, really good. There you go. That's what you asked for. I'm curious if anything from SMX stood out to you after the review. It confuses the heck out of me. It did confuse the heck out of me as well. I wasn't very impressed with it, but I have a follow-up coming for you, Kevin B, as promised. Thanks, Martin. I'll give it a watch. Thank you. So is the Discord membership separate? Yes, it is. You want a safe bet, says Kevin B. Is DX a buy? Let's have a look. DXYZ. Well, that depends if you believe in the structure of this ETF. It is an ETF at the end of the day. That's kind of what it is. It's primarily SpaceX, 34%. That's great. However, it's now trimming back, but you're still up 700%, perfectly acceptable. And as we said, as it adds more companies with lower value, we expect it to trim back again, though. But only we can. Excuse me. Only tell over time. Do like it, but we're continually learning how it trades, so our information is going to get updated. I like Discord a lot. Buying in at 2. Tilray, yes, that would be a very, very good idea. That's what I think is right as well. We're there now. 203, 204, it's irrelevant. We're there now. Anything around here is good, in my opinion. I put a message in general chit chat. It's me. I've gone through that. It's blowing up again. My message is being seen. Chris Schultz. Yes, I just replied to you, Chris Schultz. They are Guy by Mr. Help Me, Mr. Help Me, Mr. Help Me. I lost seed money. I try to make money then be your member later. Okay, Guy by. I'm not sure I know what you mean by that. Help me. I lost seed money. Well, you only lost if you sold when you were down. If you bought further down, then you've not lost any money, have you? How can I help you? Just figured out how to officially boost the Discord. Oh, Seth Houston, have you just done that? Oh, yay! We have just got a boost on, look at this. Seth Houston is boosting Discord. 3 out of 7. We're nearly there now from an extra level. We got 3 out of, we're on level 2 now. 3 out of 7 boosts. I've no idea what happens when we hit, look, something's happening. I'm not sure what happens when we get to 7, but anyway, thanks for those of you that love the server. Thank you for keeping it live and providing the services. We've got 3 boosts now going on. That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much indeed. That was done by Seth Houston. All right. Wrap CEO Cohen appointed CFO. Hopefully he clears up. Rob Terrell, Wrap are going to be on the show again shortly. Thank you. You're very welcome. Wrap 8K filed today. Rob Terrell, are you a member of the channel? You are. Send it in via Discord and I will report on it. Took my PSAB profits. Good idea. Does gold have a healthy uptrend? Yes. We've got a long way to go for gold. I need Discord information. You need Discord information. Well, Chris, I will give it to you. I will give you the link, but also how to get on it and how to use it, how to get a benefit from all of the perks. Let me give you the why and the how. This is a video you need to watch all the way through. It'll explain how you get on Discord, all the benefits, all the perks. Watch it through. It's a 20-minute video. There's no ads on it. It's not there to make money for the show. It's there to give you information. It's an information video. And once you've watched that, here is the Discord link. Links are below all the videos. They're below. They're on my website, on the All Links page. There is the link for Discord. Okay. It'll take 10 minutes to get through security. We only want members and, proper people using the channel. It's there for a premium service. And here is the, hang on, the wrong one. Here is the second bit of information. All of this is explained in detail in the video that I've just given you a link to. Send a friend request to me, Martyn Lucas. Spell it correctly. Do not accept friend requests from anyone. From anyone, or anyone pretending to be me, rather. Anyone calling themselves Martyn Lucas. Do not do it. Send me a friend request to the correct spelling, as I've put in the chat there. I will accept it. But I will only accept it when you have put your username, Discord username, in the live chat or below a video on YouTube. So if you comment to any of my videos, I search by members all day, every day. I answer messages all the time. If you comment to me, Chris, I'll know it's you because you've got a badge, you've got a member. I will find your comment on YouTube or in the live chat here and give me your username on Discord. I will then go over there, accept your friend request, add you as a YouTube member. You'll see all the information, all the servers, and then you can become a premium member if you want to. You can be, you can do whatever you want. But it's very, very important that you watch that video so you understand how to do it. I can't chase you, come and find you, and ask you, try to help you do it. You've got to do it right. One minute, what's that there? How come I've got another friend request? Let's have a look. Let me just refresh the screen a minute. I've got another friend request from Robbie Cooper. That can't be right. No. Hang on a minute. Member requests. Friends. Let's have a look. Pending. Incoming friend request. Hang on a minute. Didn't I just do this? Did I not accept your friend request? Did I not just do that? I beg your pardon. I don't think I did that. Okay, I apologize. Yeah. Sorry about that, Robbie. I didn't accept your friend request. I've done that now. And if you've watched the video, you'll know I put a 2-word comment, all done. I apologize for not accepting that, but I must have missed that step. All right, there you go. All done. As I said in the video, that's what happens. There you go. Okay, I think I've done everything now. Yep, everything's done. Let me just see, as I'm here, if we've got any scammers. No Lucases. Have we got any Martins? No Martins. Brilliant. Okay. We do prune out all the time now. If you're not a member. Now then, look, see this here, look? There's some people just joined here that I'm about to kick. See, look, this person here. That's Susan, Matthew Manuel, Jasmine, Iberian Wolf. Is that you, Iberian Wolf? Because I'm about to kick you from the channel. Is that you, Iberian Wolf? You need to send me a friend request, which you've not done. This could be somebody else pretending to be you. So I won't kick you just yet, but I will in about 5 minutes. You can't be in the server unless you are a YouTube member or a premium member. See these, look? So Iberian Wolf, if that's you, you need to send me a friend request because you are a member and whatever. But right now, though, I'm going to kick this first one. We only have members in here. Okay. Matthew Manuel, I'm going to kick you. You can come back in again, but we only have YouTube members, all right? It explains that in the information when you join. Right? Jasmine. It's so we don't get bots, scammers, people, manipulating what's going on. Adam 2022, member since 30 minutes ago. Same with you. If you are, you can come again, but I need to know you are the real deal. Here we go. Thanks, Martin. Really appreciate all your help. You're very welcome. Back to members. I haven't got a friend request from Iberian Wolf, so you need to. Got any more to kick? There you go. I think, whoops. Hey. Iberian Wolf hasn't come back to me. So I don't know if that's Iberian Wolf. I have no idea if that's the real one. So I'm going to have to kick him from now. He's not come back to me. He's in the chat, but it's not responded. So I don't know if that's the real Iberian Wolf. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to kick that person. I'm going to give you one more second. You're in the chat, but you're not responding. Iberian Wolf, are you here? Are you here? He's not responding. So we have to protect the channel at all costs. Friends. I've got one here. This is Mr. D. See, I don't know who you are. You have to put in the chat who you are. There's no point just sending me a friend request. I don't know who you are. So I'm going to give you a minute. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reply to you with this message. It would really help me if everyone follows the rules. Watch the video and explains what you need to do. There's no point friend requesting me, trying to get on the server if you're not a YouTube member or a premium server member. It's not. It's a premium service. So I'm going to message you just out of courtesy, but it would make it easier if you just do follow the steps. Right. Iberian Wolf, are you here? So he's not responded, so that might not be Iberian Wolf. You see what I mean? I have to be absolutely safe with the server. All right, so you can come back in again if you are Iberian, if you are really Iberian Wolf. There you go. Right, that's it. All done. Okay. I think we're going to have to wrap up now because I've got lots to do. Now then, let me send everybody here for the moment. Redirect. Right. Tilray now is trying to get some support, which is nice. Okay, what we're going to do now is I'm going to end the video. I'm going to put out the Tilray video. I think it's uploaded now. Oh, no, it hasn't. It's not quite. It's got 35 minutes left to go. I've got some videos to make. I've got some updates to do. Yes, the Rob Terrell. I agree with you. I have, let's have a look. Let's read this. What's coming up? I think I've done everything there. All right. Right. Let me give everybody the 12-hour stream. I've got to get off. This is the extra. Now then, I'm going to give you one final chance. Well, that's not the final chance. There will be others throughout the day. But David Hensley, I can't wait till you come out with your cryptocurrency. I got 1,000 I'm throwing on it the day it comes out. David Hensley, you will have... my members will have the opportunity to buy a pre-IPO price of my coin. I will burn like 90% of it, so I will never be selling it or dumping it. There'll be a maximum amount minted that'll never change, so it can only go up in time. Absolutely right. It'll be. I will back it up with my channel as my channel grows. It'll grow, and it's my members certainly are going to get a very, very good deal on it. Anyway, all right then, you've all got the link. You've all got the link to the extra channel. It's about to. Let me just pin that to the top. That's where we're going to go now. There you go. I've got to get off. I've got to get these videos done. Special information for the members as well. I put an early chart of Tilray in general chit chat. It's all about patience. Great. Robbie Cooper, thank you so much indeed for being a premium server member. And I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to your thoughts and knowledge and share it and learn from each other. Right, that's it for now. Tilray is showing some support. Virgin Galactic, I believe it's going to $1, if $1.10 at first, and if not, $1 as well. That's it. Right, I'm out of here. I've got information I've got to get out to you. So that's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. 22 hours to go. You do need to be a YouTube member in the next few minutes to get the special invitation. I'm about to put it out. It's about to go out to the members. It's a one-time deal. It never happened again. So look out for that. All right. Okay, I've got to get off. I'll see you on the extra channel. In the meantime, I'll see you in a bit. All right, until next time, as always, take care of your money, yourselves, your crypto. Most importantly, take care of each. Have I done this right? I'm missing steps out here. There you go. Missing steps out. All right, I'll see you over on the extra channel. More information coming out, and the clock is ticking on that special deal. All right, until then, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Right. Okay, I'm just doing this now, getting set for the next show. Okay. Right, I think we're good. That's set for the closing bell this afternoon. Right, that's now set. Can anyone do some research on Oxygen? I've done a Stacey Bailey. I've done a whole review on Oxygen. If you go to YouTube, where you are right now, and you type Martyn Lucas Investor, Martyn Lucas Oxygen, you get a full review. There, just done it. Shall I give you the link for it? Share, copy link. There you go. Stacey Bailey. Here is the Stacey. Here we go. Oxygen review. I've just done it. Remember, on the homepage of the channel, you've got the full Alpha Spread review list. You can see them all there. And there's a full playlist there for you. Okay, I've got to record this now. Oh, flipping heck. 27 minutes to go. Still got to wait for that, have I? That's annoying. Looks like I've got to wait. I've got an interview in half an hour with Seeking Alpha. That's frustrating. Oh well, I'll have to wait for that video to finish before I do anything about it. Right. Let me put on some background music for a minute. Thank you very much. GSXREM. Two, two, two. Okay, guys, I've got to end this stream just for a minute. I'll be back shortly. I do have a private call to make. I've got to speak to Seeking Alpha again, but it's a private conversation. And it's all good news for my members, and I'll be updating you with it shortly. So I'll see you back in a short while. Closing bell, more videos coming out. Stand by. I'll see you back in a little bit. All right, guys, see you back in a bit.